in Seoul, South Korea to compete against each other.
It's wonderful to see. It's a great format, and it's just awesome to be able to bring in a bunch of teams from across the board here, around the globe, to compete in this tournament in the off season. So it's awesome, and we have so many teams.
Yes.
As I said, from around the globe. So we'll get ready to take a look at which ones are participating in this. A couple of them were invited. A couple had to go through some qualifications in order to make it here. But you can see Group A looking absolutely stacked from top to bottom. You've got Sentinels, you've got Paper X, Full Sense, as well as DRX.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of just brand power and history and Valorant, these 4 teams, they could have been in any, like, VCT international tournament, quite frankly. And then even in Group B, you've got Fantasy United, Team Liquid, T1, and EDG. So, again, just a really even spread all across the globe. Of course, still pretty heavily Pacific, but we've still got the NA and EMEA representatives here to duke it out. And we have these 2 groups. They're in their own bracket. They've got that double elimination format going on all the way down to the decider match. So, you know, there's still one extra chance even if you lose that opening match.
Exactly. So no one's coming over here just to play one game and go home. This isn't lock-in style. Yep. You get a second chance here in the event, but nobody wants to go home here at all. Even if you're living in Korea already, if you're T1, if you're DRX, you don't want to have to go back to the team house that quickly. You want to be able to win out, because we do have prize money on the line.
Yes, of course, we saw that in the video quite a bit as well. And just as an update on what patch we're playing on, it's going to be 7.10, so we do have ISO available. And we were talking about this earlier, Achilleos, but that opening match, Sentinels versus Paper X,
it could be...
There's a possibility here that we see some ISO.
It could get pretty damn crazy if they decide to bring out the ISO. We'll see if they're going to be ever so bold, but it is there. It is looming, so perhaps we will get to see it. But of course, it's not just ISO to be excited about. Cypher mains can rejoice on this patch because he got buffed out the ass.
Listen, as someone who enjoys Cypher, I've been waiting for this buff for quite some time, but the biggest thing is, of course, basically your trap wires are so much stronger. They persist unless they're broken. And then on the other side, Ray's getting hit with a bit of a nerf as well. So these go hand in hand, obviously, so Ray's not going to be able to destroy those trap wires with the satchels immediately. You're going to have to wait until they're fully armed.
Yeah, I mean, for Ray's mains, this is a bit of a hit. It's a hit for me. Because not being able to just quickly clear that util also very effective, was very effective against Killjoys. Now clearing out those things like Nanoswarm's alarm bots, especially on Lotus. You think about those seaside executes, way more difficult. And to couple in with that, the judge has also been nerfed. We were kind of talking about this as we were going through rehearsal. It feels like this was a very organized attack on YZ from BBL.
Yes.
They said, okay, he's too strong.
Yep, that raise.
We hate that he eliminated NRG twice.
So the classic FNS Masterclass coming in play here.
So let's knock down that raise a peg, and let's also get rid of the judge that he was absolutely abusing. The judge one, I can deal with that. As a raise main, though, the rest of the nerfs, I'm very upset about.
I love the judge, but I do think this is fair. All right, that's how far I'll go. I think this is it's still a pretty strong weapon. It's still quite a strong weapon.
But the biggest question after seeing that is, when for the Odin? When for the Ares, right?
Ooh. Well, the Ares is fine.
Can we cut those down a little bit? Because, good God, a little bit too strong, I still think, with those LMGs. But as we can see, Sentinels are in the building.
Oh, this is crazy. Just to see these jerseys here in this room, in the waiting room, right, that we've had all year here for VCT Pacific. But they're here, you know, they're here in the flesh, getting ready to play here in Seoul, South Korea.
And I think that in all of my years now covering Valorant and also going to international tournaments, I think this might be the first time that I'm ever getting to cast Sentinels. I think that in the past, you know, going back to the initial Reykjavik, going over to Champions in 2021, I don't believe I actually got to commentate them at all, so this is going to be a first for me.
To be fair, you've been around the globe for all the international tournaments, Achilles, but Sentinels hasn't, right?
Well, so that's why I mentioned 2021 specifically.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a little beat, but here we go. We have the full roster all the way down to John QT and Zelsis, the new additions coming in. And of course, I mean, the big question for everyone has been, what roster are they going to settle on? You know, rumors seem to be pointing that Zelsis will be playing at this event, but we'll have to wait and see if that continues to be the case here in the offseason.
Yeah, but I mean, strong pickups, and what we have seen from them so far in the offseason is, here's our confirmation, Zelsis is going to be in the starting roster instead of Pancata. They have been looking quite strong. They have been, you know, flipping things around with those two players, but overall, I think, you know, this is kind of one of the first times that Sentinels fans have a really good excuse to get excited. I think the last time was at the beginning of 2022 when it was like, okay, they pick up 2 world champions, they look really strong, but this time, they actually look very good from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is that they've been playing a lot of offseason and they've been looking better and better each time that you've been able to see them. But their opening match is against these guys, the reigning VCT Pacific champions and the runners-up of the VCT Championship overall here in 2023.
Yeah, with a monstrous, I should say, pickup in the offseason for the side of PaperX. Monyet joining the squad,
huge,
coming over from Global Esport. I mean, this guy, the number of aces he was able to pick up while playing controller for Global Esports, a team that had very middling results. It was absolutely astounding to see what he was able to accomplish, even setting a new land kill record for the time, only then to be overtaken by Depp a little bit later on. He is an absolute monster, but we do have similar questions when it comes down to PaperX.
Yes.
Who is going to be playing what with this team? We've seen how hyper-flexible Forsaken can be, so does he just end up leaning back into a double duelist setup here alongside something? Does Monyet go in for a duelist? Do we see Mindfreak picking up the Raze?
The Raze.
What is it going to be for this squad?
I mean, there's so many possibilities, but I think the one difference that a lot of people will agree on is that PaperX, all these players have consistently proven that they are very flexible, and the team overall, that they're willing to work around these position changes as long as their overall teamwork stays the same. Whereas Sentinels, I think, there's still some players that lean pretty heavily towards certain roles, so maybe a little bit less flexible, but PaperX, all those options you mentioned, Akios, are absolutely possible. You got to imagine something is still going to be the primary duelist and the primary opera, of course, but then, sometimes Devi, he's great on that chamber. He can opt just as well. Monyet and Mindfreak, do they go for the double controllers? I mean, they have every meta in the history of VCT so far available to them with this roster.
No, they absolutely do. And I mean, you can see just the accolades coming into this tournament as well, backing them from the 2023 season. Third place over at Masters Tokyo, of course, are champions of VCT Pacific. And then that second place finish over at Champs in LA.
Yeah.
This is a very scary team, and it does feel bad to see Jing kind of waiting on the wings. Yes, he is here alongside them to kind of cheer them on and support them in person, but we won't be seeing him play, we suspect. But with Monyet coming in, it's like, damn, that is still a team that has to be feared.
I mean, listen, as incredible as Jing is, especially on that Raze, I mean, Monyet brings a style of his own as well across different duelists, and again, more controller options as well. So in some ways, I do think as a team, this puts them on a bit of an upgrade path in terms of overall meta flexibility and kind of future-proofing when it comes to that. And that's what this offseason is all about, right? It's trying to find your own color ahead of other teams before 2024 begins.
Yeah, for sure. But of course, we have our own thoughts between the English casters here, and seemingly we've kind of mind melded for this one.
Yeah.
PaperX, just given what we've seen from them, given that Monyet does feel like just a bit of an upgrade overall, and Sentinels still kind of finding the groove a little bit, we kind of have to go with PaperX.
Yeah, I think you have to, right? Even though we have more data on Sentinels and they've been on an upwards trajectory, again, just PaperX, their overall style, and also Coach Alex in just being able to meld these guys into different forms and different flexibilities and styles and even different paces, although generally it's all W Gaming. I think that just goes to show that this is still going to be the favored team here in this very first matchup.
Yeah, but even though we are here, we are in Asia, Sentinels have plenty of fans.
Oh, they've been waiting for this.
Yes, they've been waiting for this one. I believe that the crowd is sold out. People still filtering in here on a Tuesday afternoon, taking their seats, getting ready to watch this carnage unfold, which it should be carnage. We'll have to just wait and see, but there's plenty of support, and I believe even Caster Che on the Korean side went with Sentinels to be able to take this one down. So it's not full bias in the arena here by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, this is an exciting once-in-a-lifetime chance, quite frankly, for a lot of these fans to get to watch Sentinels here on stage.
It absolutely is, but we don't have to wait any longer. It is time. The AVL starts right now.
Ready and willing to do what we gotta do. You cannot stop me. We put in the time, we put in our grind to fight the top.
I think changed the most is our atmosphere is a lot better than it used to be before. I think as a team, we're a lot more energetic. The thing that we have to be most mindful of, I think, just being consistent with how we were playing with the practice and not changing anything up, because if we do stray away from how we were practicing it, it's going to feel very unfamiliar for us.
Zelsis is like a vibe guy, you know? He really likes, I don't know, just cream. He enjoys playing the game, and playing with him is really easy. So I think that's a thing that I think we needed as a team. Paper Rex, I think there's one word for them. It's unpredictable.
How would I describe them as a team? I would say very chaotic and very skilled.
I think we just play our game. I think we'll just see in the game who's better.
Good luck, right? Good luck. But I don't want to let you win. That's it.
Stop playing with me.
ประสบการณ์ก็ได้มาเก็บเกี่ยวประสบการณ์ครับแล้วก็ได้เจอทีมต่างประเทศก็น่าจะได้อะไรกลับไปปรับปรุงเยอะครับหมายถึงข้อผิดพลาดหรืออะไรใหม่ๆ
존올센이라는 선수가 있는데 그 선수가 감각적으로 하는 선수라고 생각을 하기 때문에 절대 방심을 하지 않도록 하고 있습니다. 당연히 이길 거라고 좀 예상을 하고 있고 폼이 좀 돌아왔다라는 거를 좀 보여드리고 싶네요.
ก็รู้สึกเบื่อครับเพราะว่าเจอบ่อย
목표는 우승이니까 우승까지 열심히 하도록 하겠습니다.
And here we go. The players will make their way out onto the stage for the very first time here in the AVL. The Sentinels, with second leading the charge, will walk out to the cheers of the crowd.
And there's that vibe, guys. Zealous is hyping up the crowd right away from the walkout. You love to see it. And we were talking about it earlier, but the Korean fans, they've been waiting to get a chance to watch all these players and just the team of Sentinels and themselves. But of course, I mean, TenZ is going to be that center of attention for a lot of the fans here in Korea. Hope to see him perform today here on stage.
Absolutely. And with ISO available, TenZ headshot kind of goes hand in hand. Maybe we'll see it come through. But against Paper Rex, it's always going to be a challenge no matter what you're trying to pilot. As for the first time, we'll see them walk out here onto the stage with Monyet. A couple of sightings in the offseason thus far, but widely some show match shenaniganry that we got to see there. The 5 duels composition coming through from them. Something tells me we're not going to be seeing that level of silliness here today.
Yeah, maybe not that level of whimsy, but surely they still keep the pace up as they always have. I mean, that is just the color of Paper Rex. And, you know, there were some doubters when it came to how do you replace Jing. But then we all saw Monyet and we said, okay, he's going to slot
that's
right
how you
in
do
there.
it. That's absolutely how you do it.
And Jing coming in on the coaching slot.
They'll take Alex's position. So maybe some silliness, some whimsy still to be seen there. But of course, Jing wanting to be there on stage alongside his teammates, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Nah, he left such an impact here. It's great to see him still here with the team. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe in a later match this week, we might see him be slotted in for 1 or 2. We'll have to wait and see. But today, it is going to be that starting 5 Monyet. And of course, on the side of Sentinels, it's going to be Zelsis in place of Pancata. And Sentinels, I think they just have so much to prove because they've been grinding away this offseason, building up hope for so many fans. I mean, they literally just created Hopium themselves, you know, recently, and that's on the market. So if they want to build that up, they got to continue to prove that win or lose, we look better and better every event that we go to.
Yeah, and they've also very recently gotten here to South Korea because they've been a very busy team, only arriving a couple of days ago, but having spoken to a couple of the players outside earlier, it seems like everybody incredibly well rested, mentally prepared to dive into the series. It doesn't seem like anybody's suffering from jet lag whatsoever, and that's exactly what you need if you're going to have a quick turnaround from flying into a foreign country and then getting ready to compete.
Yeah, I mean, also, things like that, it's worth getting used to, right? Because once you make it to that international stage, you don't get any extra practice. Zekin with a little bit of a thumbs down. I love it. I love it. They're vibing right away on stage, and you can tell exactly what you mentioned, Achilles. Nothing is really bothering them here. They're just here to play their game. Tense talked about it in that opening interview. They just have to stick to what they've been doing so they can continue to improve and look better.
This will certainly be quite the test right off the rip. And I mean, again, just given how stacked this group is, it feels like almost a shame that it feels like, you know, Paper Rex, DRX, Full Sense, Sentinels having two of these teams at the end of the group end up getting eliminated.
It's a shame.
It's going to be a tough pill to swallow, whoever it ends up happening to, but it should also deliver some absolutely incredible gameplay throughout the run.
Yeah, I mean, it had to happen at some point, right? So we'll still get the matches that we want. If anything, you know, we'll get some banger matches right from the get-go. And whoever rises up from the top of Group A, surely going to be looked at as some of the more favored teams going into the tournament bracket against Group B. But, you know, that's nothing against the teams Group B. Of course, we'll get to see them tomorrow. But all eyes on Sentinels and Paper Rex today. Curious about how this map ban and pick goes, right? Because not much data for either. I mean, sure, again, a little bit of off-season for Sentinels, but everything is in flux right now between these two teams.
It very much is. I mean, you know, plug and play different players. Moniette coming in for the side of Paper Rex could completely change the maps that they are comfortable in playing. So we'll have to see where this does direct us and what they end up resting on, as well as what the compositions are going to be looking like. And we will get ready to dive into the map pick and ban, see what we have available.
I mean, I would love to see Sunset at some point, right? Especially with teams being more willing to hopefully build that up. But, ooh, the bind ban coming out. A lot of respect to our Sentinels because Paper Rex, they're a team that loves bind themselves.
Yeah. And
wow.
Breeze, okay.
Okay.
Been a hot minute since we've gotten to see some Breeze. Think maybe I had some of it in Red Bull, but okay, there it is.
All right.
Second map pick. Sentinels going for a bit of a home ground advantage, I suppose.
There you
Snapping
go.
up that Sunset Ascent, going to be banned away, split, and very fast order from Sentinels taken out of the equation. Makes sense when Moniette's on the other side. That's where he established all of those aces, which means that Haven will be our decider map here in this best-of-3 series.
Wow, the Breeze pickup here for Paper Rex, a little bit surprising just because we still don't know exactly what the roles look like, but this is a map that your roles have to be pretty strongly defined. You're probably going to want that Cypher. It seems to be the go-to among a lot of teams that are playing recently. I mean, we've seen it at the Game Changers Championship just this past week as well. The Viper continues to be a crucial part of this map. I'm curious how they kind of implement those, what we usually look at as the two initiator roles that have become the meta on Breeze the last time we saw it.
All right, well, now with the map settled, all that is left before we can get underway is to see what the agents are going to be looking like going into this first map of Breeze. So it's been quite some time since we've had it in any real official rotation. And as we take a look, something is playing Yoru for Paper Rex. Moniette still going to be playing Smoke, so it is going to be a double controller, but it's Mind Freak going to Sova.
Mind Freak Sova, Forsaken Breach? Wait, something used to play the Breach on Fracture. What is going on here? All right, well, they've been cooking. They've been cooking.
Absolutely.
Listen, Sentinels, very, very standard composition. I think it's pretty straightforward. We've seen that time and time again, but Paper Rex, now, listen, teams have tried the Breach on Breeze before, and it's showed some success. So that part I'm not going to harp on too much, but man, the single duelist Yoru on something, that seems like a bit of a gamble to me.
That it does. I mean, there's just shades of so many different compositions across the board here. There's like old TL running that Breach. Over on Breeze, you've got the old FPX with the Yoru coming through. Craziness across the board. Mind Freaks on Sova. I don't know what to expect, other than that this is going to be a banger first map to kick off the AVL. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump into map number 1, Sentinels versus Paper Rex. And here we go. You see, hefty stack over here for the side of Sentinels. John Cutie in the back. On that Cypher, going to see how much value he can get out of it.
I mean,
with that recent buff.
Yeah, here's the thing is that Paper Rex doesn't have a KO, right? So John QT should just have his pick of positioning every round. In terms of both the trapwires and himself, he'd no worry about that 0 point. So I'm very curious if Paper Rex, maybe they just choose to avoid the Cypher site every round. But for now, they are going to guess correctly, and it looks like a little bit of a fake here from Something Zero as well. Already got that gate crash primed for mid.
Let's see how practiced up Mindfreak Sova is. When we saw Stack starting to bring it out, it was definitely rough around the edges from time to time. But he's going to be kind of the most important person when it comes down to clearing out those trap wires with those shock darts.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely crucial, and we do see just a bit of movement over by B just to keep people fixed in place, and then Something will be joining up. That's one of the biggest advantages that Euro has, of course, is the fast rotations, even on attack. You can really sell that attack from one side to the other as the main duelist.
Okay, Dart goes out, going to get destroyed, doesn't find any pings here as they're playing well back away from the pyramids. Shock darts from Saucy to try and delay, just bouncing him around the corner. Second one will get a nasty tag there on a Forsaken, taking him down to 32 HP. See, everybody pretty much very low HP at the moment here on the side of Paper Rex, but they're looking for a full disconnect post plan.
Yeah, Paper Rex, yeah, I love what Mindfreak is doing here because you know that you're going to need to go for the flank. Sentinels had all the time to prepare here for the retake. It's going to be a timing battle between Mindfreak and the rest of Sentinels.
0 point not catching anybody second, however, going to be able to take down Something.
Uh-oh.
Shots coming through, Cyber Cage to try to cut off this axis. They know that Mindfreak is going to be pushing through. John Cutie at the moment, watching the angle, gets the headshot. Mindfreak going to be taken down. Have the shock back over on the spike, delaying as much as possible to creep up though. Saucy gets himself tucked in, he's starting to defuse. They're trying to clear him out, but Moniette, he cannot get the kill, gets taken down with covering fire, and the defuse will just come through Forsaken. Couldn't do anything. Defy will still be left standing, taken down at the end, finds himself a 3K. Get a spike plant, but Sentinels get the pistol.
And a big part of this was those shock darts coming out right from the get-go, right? Just chipping away at several members of Paper Rex early on meant that you could really rely on the toxic screen and spam through once you tap the defuse, try to chip away even more. They got some early kills that way. Paper Rex, you had the double flank, and it almost worked. Devi got 2 free kills off of that because they didn't expect a second one, but it just was not enough time-wise. So just Sheriff's still being bought up here for Paper Rex. They want to push the agenda here in round 2.
Let's see how they reply here. This is going to be full Sheriffs across the board. No armor in sight. So very much in danger of falling very quickly here to the weaponry that we see from Sentinels. With this gun just being that Spectre there in John Cutie's hands. The second going to be taken down. The Guardian does get a shot on the Divide, takes him to 35, but the headshot comes across.
Man, you cannot ever count out any of these members of Paper Rex. And Zelsis, he sees the extra tag and he's like, okay, that's more than I bargained for. That was not the agent that we saw earlier. It's just going to hide away. Now, Zelsis is a little separated. If he gets caught here, that's a free Bulldog upgrade going over to Paper Rex.
Holding the close angle. Are they going to be expecting this one? Something checking for the spray. Does manage to find 2. Gets the 3rd. The last bullet from Zelsis, taking out the already weak Divide. And it will just be the single kill on to second that is found for Paper Rex as they get swept under the rug.
1 HP. 1 HP for Zelsis, and he holds it down, empties the entire clip, and he's able to get the triple. Good control on the Bulldog. Not something we say every day for that weapon, but it all works out. The aggressive positioning pays off dividends for sure. By a clean shot.
Last bullet right here at the end. Divide just swinging in, just trying to get in there. Had he had that little bit of patience, had he been a little bit later on the swing, maybe could have gotten the punish before the pistol came through, but either way, excellently done here by Zelsis, who gets himself about halfway towards that pit. Ping, catching something there for a brief little moment. Second wants to push all the way up here towards the half wall.
I love the adjustment here from Sentinels here on.
Oh, I think he's...
Yeah, I think he
should have
barely
spotted his ponytail.
Yeah, probably at least saw it on the mini map there, getting pinged out. So they know that Sentinels, they have an idea that Sentinels wanted some good control.
Quick shot, dash away a second. Not wanting to overstay his welcome here with just the Guardian in hand. Can't try to go for any spray downs. Just backs off. Trapwire though still set up here at the entryway, but kill is found. Mindfreak taking down second. Got line of sight.
Yeah, how do they deal with these trapwires though? Again, no KO. Nothing else to break it. I mean, they're just going to jump across it with the Omen for now.
T-ping forward, but the ping still getting a good amount of value here, spotting them out. Still the entryway though, but John Cutie and Saucy going to be taken down in the meantime. Something wreaking havoc over in mid, managing to find himself 2 kills, and Moniette will be able to clean up 10s. He's the only one that was able to find an elimination here from Sentinels, so a very strong reply from Paper Rex, only losing 1 player in the bonus.
Here.
And the question remains to be seen about those trap wires. I mean, this time they got it just because they were able to flood in. Moniette was able to get a different angle after teleporting across, and they take out the Cypher. Sure, that's one way to deal with it. Oh, clean shot with the Vandal. Mindfreak, his aim seems to be primed up. That's another thing I'm curious about, right? Is Mindfreak probably one of the players that had a bit of an up and down, you know, in the past couple of years here for Paper Rex, but now in a different role. How does that look in terms of his individual mechanics?
I haven't seen much of the Sova on display quite yet. But as far as the rifling is concerned, still seems pretty good. It looks like we will have a pause coming through.
Oh, we'll see if it's a timeout here. Or
It's a tech pause.
It's a tech pause. All right. It's a tech pause.
Day
It's all
one,
right.
we're back in the venue.
Yep.
Gotta work some kinks out, it's all good.
Yeah, but hey, we get through these pretty quickly here. I mean, this is, you know, it's the same venue, obviously different setup, but hopefully it'll be resolved fairly quickly.
Let's talk about that for a moment, because what a setup it is.
Yes.
I came in and I could see the stage, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty neat. Kind of got the little like cyberpunk-esque theme going on here with the stage. And then we saw the opening,
Yep.
and I was like, all right.
You got to see it in action, right? That's when it's different.
It's just, yet again, talked about this all throughout the year during Pacific. Our production just clears.
It does.
Eat your hearts out.
It does.
America's EMEA.
I mean, it looks so good, and I love that you mentioned it, right? It's so different from watching it, you know, seeing it just in person when it's static. It still looks, you know, it looks clean, it looks pretty. I think you see what they prepared in terms of just bringing in live action.
Well, there we go.
Scanning ahead.
Nice and quick little issue taken care of. As up over the wall, Zekin getting some nasty damage across onto Divide, down to 5 HP.
Yeah, but Zekin not overreaching for that either. I love the control there, just putting down damage. Knows that just by doing that, Sentinels has put the pressure on mid, and that Paper Rex will not be able to take that space for at least another 20-30 seconds, and especially not, you know, using, you know, any more abilities. They'll have to invest more if they want to take that space. So Sentinels' movement seems very good, very controlled, and very practiced so far here on Breeze.
Always good to see restraint. So doesn't get the kill, but may as well have. Divide in a very similar situation compared to that second round.
Deploying drone.
Still could do some damage if given the opportunity, though. As the drone goes out to spot 10s over towards stairs, looking for a little bit more, but won't be able to catch much else.
Yeah, huge 0 point, ties up everyone. They'll just have to walk right in.
All Might does find Celsius, but that will expire. He's going to be fine for the time being, but as the wall goes down, Celsius swinging back around, keeps himself safe. He's just a smattering of damage there. On the corner, swings out on the back of the flash, but himself also flashed up just a little bit. Managing to find the second kill, though. Mindfreak and something, both going to be taken down. 10s in the meantime dropped. They find one, Forsaken, not ready for second to swing the corner. Takes him out, and suddenly it's just Moniette and Divide. 30 HP between the two of them. Divide just now getting ready to arrive through mid. Celsius pushing forward, Moniette shutting him down, finds one, Divide, not getting the elimination. Now is the last one standing. Takes Saucy down to half HP, but cannot finish the job. Sentinels off the back of the tech timeout will be able to pick up a third round win.
Man, I mean, just the practice here for Sentinels. And Celsius, how did he stay alive for so long on site and then gets the double around the corner as well? I just knows what the mission is here for him, is not to give up the space next to the pyramids, right? Make sure that they can still get the double angle from mid. And not only does he keep it safe, he opens it up.
Excellently done, and then Divide, who's having taken that early damage from Zekin. Not much else that he could do, basically needed to get the headshot there on Saucy. They fall short of that mark. Weapons still going to be able to be purchased here from the side of Paper Rex, but a Bulldog in the mix, half armors across the board for them. So for the most part, though, everybody able to afford their full utility, and now we can see something's going to be opening things up. The gate crash, getting the spot here. Knows the Viper is right in front, but John Cutie, as he tries to pop out, mows him down and also finds Forsaken. Celsius still alive. He's unkillable. And now Divide taken down. Snake bite to try and delay, but the ping comes through. Moniette able to find him through that smoke. John Cutie up over the top. Moniette not reading it, gets caught. 3 here for the Cypher, and 10s will finish off the round.
This was absolutely prepared from Sentinels. They were not afraid of that Euro Ultimate. They knew that it was available. They still put up the pin because they had the backup plan of the Cypher. Everyone else would still have to walk through the trap wire. There was no way they were going to get across. And as soon as Celsius, you know, calls for help, he says, I'm being seen. They're trying to just pile on me with the Euro, giving their crosshairs. John QT finds something peeping out of the pit, gets the kill. Absolutely impeccable cover here.
Yep, just kind of using that against them, because you know, that Yoru, they're hunting for the Viper, so John Cutie's like, okay, covering fire. As soon as you say that he's breaking the mask, I am going to go ahead and just spray away, get that elimination. We do have a timeout called now, as Alex wants to intervene. Not happy with the way that this game is getting away from them already.
Yeah, I mean, off-season or not, they haven't really been able to show much of what they've prepared here with the composition, and that's probably one of the most frustrating things for a coach, right? Is, you know, sure, you lose some aim duels, it can happen, but if you're not able to flex what you've been practicing, why you picked this composition, that starts to spell some trouble. And I think the biggest part is Sentinels is not shaken up by the fakes being thrown from something's Yoru, right? They just stay there. The trap wires are still live. You have no way to take care of that. They have to find a way to deal with it, but that's honestly up to Mindfreak. He has to do it with the shock darts.
Yeah, absolutely does. Kaplan as well on the opposite side having a nice little chat as we have each coach's respective cameras up on their respective side of the stage. Kaplan likely just saying, good job, guys, keep it up. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Sheriffs across the board with just Marshall here, so still just going for these long-range battles. So Paper X, they still want to focus on some pressure just to break apart the monotony here on B, but if that doesn't succeed, this first half might just slip away.
Classic Omen Marshall pickup.
Yeah, you know, that's how you play Omen, right?
Standard practice. Neural Theft is available though for Sentinels. Paper X, a multitude of ultimates to try to utilize, but just given the purchase coming into this round, unlikely that we see them invested. Maybe if they can get a couple kills, get the ball rolling towards a round win. We'll see some investment there.
I mean, Paper X is not hiding the fact that they are wanting to take over mid, so I feel like this mid to B is fairly predictable.
Okay. You know, you can just do that. Great headshot coming from Moneyette, opens things up, the Cypher gone. That's that Neural Theft, that one ultimate that you had to have some concerns with. Ten's just picking the right target. He says, you know what, I play a lot of Yoru. Find something, but then Mindfreak swinging in from mid. Take him down through the tunnel. Saucy flying back, sight, 2 quick kills. Moneyette and Divide eliminated. And that is all of the obfuscation, all of the smokes taken away from them. Another one, Saucy, quick on the trigger, finds himself a third.
And this is all just because of that backup timing here coming in for Sentinel. Saucy was so quick, not only with the arrow, but like you said, he was already on site. Uh-oh.
Just barely missed each other, but now he's swinging back around, and Second will be able to finish the job. 5-1. Not going to be able to pick up this eco. A little bit of damage dealt as they do find themselves 2 kills, but this should be the round that Paper X were prepping for during that timeout.
Yes, so you've got the extra ultimates. You even have the operator now on something, so forget the fake outs, just plant down on one side of the map. Take a look at this replay. That was just a quick, clean shot from Moneyette.
Very gorgeous one. Ten's just kind of swinging back in. Wasn't able to stabilize or keep himself safe, so does end up falling. But aside from that, Saucy, the cleanup crew coming through. Attack up on Yoru, now in play. Cam is set up. Second just going to be dashing away. Moneyette quite fast enough to get through elbow to get a punish. Just going to be pushing forward as Ten's hovering outside here. The double doors.
Oh, this is hard to predict, though. The double's hard to predict.
Holds it down. Ten's
no.
finding 2 quick kills. Flash for flash. Both going to be blinded. Forsaken, however, going to be able to find his first kill, but he is so low on HP. Has to try to back away, but as he fades out, he gets the kill on the John Cutie. Dart through from Saucy. Does find its mark. Hunter's Fury now crashing across. Saucy on the hunt, trying to nail him down, trying to get this elimination, but manages to avoid it. Now the site going to be taken, but Zels is already in position, wrapping through shop, getting himself pushed forward, and are they going to be ready for this? Moneyette just now pulling his weapon out, but he is not facing back. Flash comes in, now they know that he's there. Zels is, however, still managing to find one. Something with the Classic, able to finish the job, but now it's Forsaken with 5 HP. Something with an operator to try to hold down this spike plant.
Yeah, Forsaken just needs to buy time here and just hope it's enough that something only needs 1 kill, because if he needs to get the double, it could get a little dicey. The
shock dart doesn't hit. Something Forsaken stays alive.
Last player standing.
Now gets taken down. Saucy able to find him. Everything on Something's operator. Can he deliver in this moment? It's just a quick little tap here, and as he swings out, he's not ready for Zekin to be taking a forward position. The defuse will come through. The handoff here onto Saucy to try to get him a little bit closer to that next Hunter's Fury, as Sentinels unrelentingly now move up 6-1.
Wow, I cannot blame the Sentinel fans for having all that hopium and copium all these years, because it's paying off right now in this match against Paper X.
It's finally matured.
It took a little while. But, yeah, but it's getting there. It's getting there. They look good. I mean, clearly their comms are very clean because the way the backup is working right now for Sentinels has been absolutely beautiful.
I mean, I should take that back because the Sentinels fans definitely haven't matured, but you know.
Yeah.
The hopium has.
Yes, yeah. The material has.
We kid. Second gonna be blinded. Out goes for the quick shot. Just narrowly missing that one. Afreeca, fortunate to be walking away with his life.
Man, I think one thing you have to take away from this match, though, is sure, you know, PaperX's composition, there's some ideas, but I feel like you're just getting hard countered across the board here by the traditional composition from Sentinels, right? You've got the KO there with the 0 point. You've got the trap wires. It's just too much.
Yeah. That, and I think just a bit of discomfort from, you know, the sides of Forsaken as well as something. Typically would be seeing these rolls a little bit inverted. Something swinging around the back. Oh, looks away from Zelsis, and that's enough time for him to pivot around. Finds that kill, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 as Money yet able to pick it up. Himself, though, low. Smoke expiring. Does get a clear out on that recon darts. The ping won't find him. Spike can now be planted, and Pit is going to be invested.
Yeah, but this Pit isn't the greatest either. It doesn't go all the way in through B main.
They already find one. Spraying through. Tens just fishing for something, looking for a connection. As Forsaken swings around the back, trying to get the catch, and we'll be able to put Tens down on the floor. Unlikely to be rezzed. As the approach comes through, John Cutie trying to get himself through a main. B-main, I should say. Get himself over onto the site. Pushing forward, just right behind Mindfreak. Eventually does find him. Pit still stands out as he goes up onto the half wall. Gets taken down. Forsaken with 3 now fallen.
He goes
and it all comes down to a 1v1. A classic, but a Pit on the opposite side. Zekin cannot play for this one. He has to just let the spike go off. PaperX will be able to get themselves a second round win.
All right. I mean, even though, obviously, cred-wise, Sentinels, they'll be okay. I think it's mostly they don't want to give away that operator. They know that it's something who actually bought it first. Devi wanted to make sure he won the round, is going to get sacrificed to the spike. So treasuring the fact that they don't give away the free upgrade over to PaperX, I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Not at all. I mean, really snappy from Zelsis to be able to find that kill. Something just thinking that he was going to stay on that opposite side of the pillar. Really good to be able to pick up that kill. Yeah. And even though they can't get this round win, it's still so much damage dealt to PaperX. Pretty much every weapon lost.
Behind me.
Still just having to stick with the half armors, which quite frankly on Breeze, that's probably where it hurts the most.
Yeah.
All these long range battles.
Second again, off in hand, creeping forward the wall, coming up. He's got the dash, but it's going to be expiring soon. Oh, and he gets the flick up the money. Yeah. What a shot to take him down. Rolling Thunder crashing across, does get a hit on the 2 here. The knife's now going to be pulled, but they're not flooding onto the site fast enough. They're not taking space. The stuns expire, the rotation's already beginning. Ten's waiting just on a bridge. John Cutie, however, going to be taken down. A nice little catch coming through there from Devi in mid. Something up over the top. A quick shot. Saucy will fall, but it's going to be a trade onto the Sovas. Second puts those knives to use.
Yeah, my eyes are on Zelsis right now because Devi got 1 kill in mid, but do they suspect the second? And something does. He's got his back.
The timing just a little bit off there. Something now into the ultimate, getting the spot. Devi ready for it. 1 tap. Tens gets the kill, but now all on his lonesome in a 1v2.
Oh, the gate crash primed as well.
He's got the fragment. He could clear that one side. He gets the take, and caught with a knife in hand. The timing. Forsaken swinging, manages to shut him down, but that was looking dicey.
They think they're
PaperX will be able to move up now 3-6.
Okay, they're starting to figure it out. I mean, PaperX, quite frankly, with this composition, that's what you have to do. You just have to pile on. And then you have to use the fact that it's both Yoru and Omen. You have 2 agents who can really hit the back of a site or create these kind of unforeseen angles just to be able to get control of the plant. And they did it these past 2 rounds. So surely we continue to see that. My question is Sentinels, how do you adjust to it? You realize now if you just wait, you're going to be at a loss. Ooh!
Oh, Zekin, the gun barrel showing something. Catches him through the head just on the corner. Looked like if he had just held the angle rather than over pursuing for the Yoru, should have been able to actually get the follow-up swing from Mindfreak, but now gets taken down. The operator going to be stranded. They might have the money for one in the next round. We'll have to just wait and see, though, how things play out. Fault line into the back. John Cutie going to be stunned up for a moment. Find one of the trap wires, and something does spot the Cypher.
Time to jump.
Something needs to stay alive here for as long as possible. Okay, he's just going to take the safe route out, realizes there's too many members, but already Devi in the entrance here doesn't spot anyone on stairs or bridge, so he knows the site is clear. Sentinels, they're pretty quick here, but I doubt they're going to flood the site. Surely they just wait for another retake, knowing that it's already been given up.
Everybody is right here. They could just go for a really quick flood retake of this one. Forsaken still going to be hovering forward here, sends out a flash. Playing for time for the time being. Gets pinged out, fault line, goes across, gets the spot, gets the headshot. 10's going to be taken down, but John Cutie comes away with 2, Saucy with 1. A 2v2. Now, a 1v2 is Mindfreak. Last one standing in the narrow theft reveals his location. No darts, no line of sight. Has to just try to rush forward, but he needs to get through John Cutie first, and he can't do it fast enough for Kenny. No! Just off by a second, and Saucy will also finish the job. 7 rounds now in the half, locked in for Sentinels.
An absolutely clutch neural theft, because without that, you would have had to guess so much. I mean, Mindfreak was still going to be at a disadvantage just because of the angle. He had to climb up through the double doors there, but overall, just a clean retake from Sentinels. And I think a big important part is that they were now aware that PaperX always likes to hold mid after the plant on A, right? So they understand they have to clear that out fairly quickly. They're able to push through, and then they're able to start the defuse.
Huge 2 kills there from John Cutie. Fantastic shutdown. Start forward again. Second looking to take some forward position here in mid. Orb comes up, something creeping along. Not the decoy. Second, just go for the bait. Sends a shot, but not going to receive the blind, and actually does get a bullet through that smoke onto something.
Something's been using these flashes fairly early on as well, just to try to get some control around, around the map, but that does mean they don't have as much to hold against the retake post-plan.
Going back up. Fine. Trying to creep across. TP on yet. Moving up there into Hall. Doesn't cancel it, so still is going to be in that forward position. So he's going to be able to find any backstab damage here with that Bulldog. Hunter's Fury goes across. John Cutie finding one. Celsius swinging the corner forward here at Pyramid. Comes up with another one. And already the shutdown is looking good here from Sentinels.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury was so good, and Zelsis just kind of eating his teammates' Hunter's Fury to be able to swing out in time just as good as well. I mean, man, their plays are very clean and crisp, looking better and better every event. Continues to hold true.
Second, finding Forsaken, Mindfreak. Just trying to play for some kills. Trying to get the Hunter's Fury a little bit closer for this last round, perhaps. I don't know. Either way, creeping forward, doesn't have much time. Looks like we'll just be squatting in mid.
10 seconds
get a kill
left.
if you can, and otherwise just hold on to the Bulldog.
Yeah, I mean, you're at 0 creds anyway, so your teammates can buy something with the half armors, but Mindfreak, he's going to want to hold on to that one. No!
Oh, and he's found. Saucy approaching from Nest, gets the catch.
Last round before
Nothing
the switch.
will be retained. PaperX, the best that they can hope for now is an 8-4 half. Great catch. That backstab attempt from Moniette just not given the opportunity to really find anything.
I mean, just look even in those couple highlights right there, just the angles they're holding off of each other. Again, being so aware of the pressure that PaperX continues to put on mid. I mean, we're down to the last round of the half, and PaperX, I think it just goes to show that they haven't been able to crack the code here against the defense of the Viper, the KO, and the trapwires from the Cypher.
I mean, full swing around here through elbow at the moment from PaperX. So we'll leave 2 to try to linger back through B main. And trapwires could cause concern. Second, already sending out that op shot as a bit of a warning. Fault line will stun up onto a few. Stay stuck back by the box, and Saucy shutting down the approach. Something's gone. Devi will be able to find second. Jet now on the floor. John Cutie, however, still trying to anchor the site. Going to be good for one before falling, but Saucy is still here. Gets a catch onto one, spots the shoulder of another. Forsaken taken down as 10 sprays the wall, and now it is all on Devi. Swing around, Zelsis coming in from behind, and Devi not ready for it. Falls, and Sentinels will get the defuse and get themselves a 9-3 half.
Wow, what a showing from Sentinels off the bat. 9-3 half in the very first map of the opening match here at the AVL. And absolutely in control the entire time, even the couple rounds that PaperX got. I mean, it was, there was one that was saved, the second with the op save, things like that. And quite frankly, I think PaperX they looked flustered, right? They just didn't have an answer for the Cypher,
Yeah.
and they constantly just wanted to go for these double angles. They assumed, okay, well, if we pinch from both sides, we should be okay with the Omen and the Yoru, but currently today, Sentinels, I think you're right, Achilles. There's no jet lag. There's no concern about their condition because they all look crisp in their aim as well.
It's also just, with that early timeout coming through from the side of PaperX, Alex not wanting to have to burn both of them in the first half. Now, though, their work certainly cut out for them. 9-3, yeah, curses, whatever. But given the form that we're seeing at the moment from the side of Sentinels on a map that has historically, granted, pre-changes, I should say, has historically been a bit more attacker-sided.
Sure.
This does not look great for PaperX, especially considering that this was their map choice.
Yeah, that fan on the left for a moment wanted to switch over to their 10 side right there.
Yeah.
They've got both prepared. Something not on the breach this time, going for the Yoru. Again,
They could just change PCs.
They
We
could.
are on land. Just change position.
I mean, that's what they used to do as well, right? It's
Yeah.
Forsaken on the Yoru. Something was playing the breach on, over on Fracture. I'm curious, what happened during the scrims to result in this type of change up here.
That's what I used to do with my friends when we have a LAN party and we forgot to swap champions when we were just landing a 5-stack in League of Legends.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, I'm not trying to play Cassiopeia. I want that Ezreal, and we would just change PCs.
There you go.
The only complication would be like, oh no, you have Flash on F.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I can't do that.
Yeah,
No.
I'm a D Flash guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Flash on D.
Superior race.
Faker is wrong.
Yes. He's right about so many other things, but that one he's wrong. Right now, everything going ever so wrong for PRX. Can they get the run back? I mean, we say it so much, it feels very overplayed at this point, but it absolutely does have to begin with this pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It's just a fact, right? And we'll have to see. Now, I will say, I think their theory is a little bit easier on defense compared to their attack, right, in terms of composition. You don't have to necessarily always try to bulldoze through those trap wires or anything like that. Of course, the gate crash is going to pay off even more here on defense with the rotations. But to do that, you're going to actually have to push out, just like you are right now. Put some pressure on, make sure Sentinel stays tied up.
Just the opposite side of the wall here. Second, the flash over the top, and yep, it's just going to be the gate crash out. Something thought that he had the turn away. So I believe Forsaken hearing that drop down from Zekken, who now does have the dash popped. Wants to try to get line of sight here through Hall. Tunnel, I should say. The fault line will send him packing. Something, however, taking quite a bit of damage. Knocked down to 13. Somehow none of his bullets getting a connection.
Yeah, I mean, just panicked and tried to spam as he was exiting out. So no damage traded, and man, that did not pay off for PaperX. They're not the ones who put the pressure down in mid. They're now the ones who has to watch mid. They're making one of their sites weaker. Thankfully, it's only B that's been weakened out. A still stacked here.
Going over the top, spotting two, over towards yellow. Second pushing forward, not buying the bait there from the Yoru. Swing around the corner, something, trying to steady the aim, but he cannot. John Cutie takes him down. Cypher finding a kill, but now going to be traded out as Forsaken comes up with one of his own. The pullback again, full disengage on the post plant. No bites available here from the side of PaperX to try to zone them off the angles. Saucy tries to hold it down, but Forsaken comes up with a third. Second finally getting the headshot, but 30 HP remaining from him. Needs to get these connections, but can't quite make it happen. Tries to get the diffuser, cannot. PaperX will, in fact, be able to tie up the scoreline in pistols. 1 for 1 as Tens nearly gets himself a third kill on the back end.
Yeah, a huge play here from PaperX, right? John Cutie, the push out, I like it when you're trying to start the defuse, but then he tries to over-aggress a bit more just because they know they didn't have much more space. They didn't already have someone on the rotate, so he's wanting to expand the site just a bit longer for his own teammates. Gets caught there at the end of the day. That means everyone has to exit through main, and that's where that breach comes into play. The fault line was so good.
Huge. I mean, it was a really rough beginning for Forsaken in particular. Saw him without a kill for the longest time, but now it's a great start. Fault line in with some flashes, something instantly taking down Zekken. That's a lot of that entry power that Sentinels desperately need. As Forsaken just fishing through the smoke will also find Celsius for his troubles.
And that gets him that aggressive ult orb as well. Over on A main, I mean, you gotta imagine if it's not mid, that A main control oftentimes is gonna be the big highlight, especially with the free ult orb.
Now for Sentinels, what do? No spike planted, so have to go somewhere. You have to play this into a site.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were waiting, hoping for a free shot, but if not, you just kind of have to walk it in, and I think that's what you do. It looks like they're prepped to go for A. They don't want to deal with the toxic screen on the walk-in. So you just creep in, no sound. If you can get a pick, great. But if not, this round, you kind of have to send it home.
And walk it in is kind of like a softer run it down.
Yeah, actually.
It's not a full int, but a little bit more of a casual one. But it has economic implications, so it's okay. Dart will be cleared, but it already gives all the information. You know that they're going to be playing alongside each other, just given the situation here. So Forsaken does get taken down quite low, and Tens will be able to finish the job with that shot, but he's swiftly dealt with here. Mindfreak does have to go for a reload. Yet be able to find another one. John Cutie with that kill, damage dealt. One more kill found. Would be pretty devastating for the side of Paper Rex.
They got to get that Vandal. All right,
pick it up.
be able to get it.
Yeah.
All right,
Just in time.
Yeah, they were able to stop the bleeding here from Paper Rex in terms of economic damage done to them. They still keep the 2 Vandals. They had a Guardian as well. So the biggest firepower is still kept. But they all bought up to rifles, right? We got to remember that.
Yep.
There may come around in the future where that comes to bite them.
Monyet just going to be coming in with the Sheriff, it would seem, into the next one. But, I mean, a fantastic start. That's the aggression that we want to see, the nice little synchronized plays from Paper Rex to get things going. Good punish. Just got a little bit wonky at the end. Sentinels players, obviously, given the firepower that they've shown today, to be respected when they have those Sheriffs in hand. Something even with that extra Pierce on the Guardian, not able to find the 0 point through the box.
And Sentinels, I think they understand Paper Rex. They want to continue to push out with the gate crash, force Sentinels to play slow. So now they're doing their own to just constantly counter it, whether it's with a flash drive or a 0 point. And they look like they're ready to just jump right through A from mid if they so choose. They see that it's empty.
Saucy checking. Doesn't spot this push coming through from elbow, but we do have something and Monyet on a double approach.
Sentinels they're playing so scared, right? I mean, they don't want to lose against this bonus round coming out from Paper Rex. But time-wise, they may get trapped here.
Something up over the top, able to find one, but can't drop down off the wall. Monyet will be able to recover the weapon, but Divide going to be taken down at the same time. Caught, yeah, now Celsius getting involved, cleans things up, and that breaks the B site completely and utterly open. Is John Cutie on this lurk?
No.
Might just be able to get the backstab and finish the round. Finds one, Forsaken. Now the one left standing, does get the headshot. Finds himself in a 1v3, pushing out through mid. Not fast enough to try to get the catch on anybody.
Spike planted.
But now how do you even pick your angles here?
I mean, they've got everything covered. They even spot him here in mid, so Saucy's just going to wait for elbow. You've got the 2 in back sight. Forsaken, the only way he wins this is if he swings out and gets the absolute clean headshot onto Saucy here.
He's ready for it, but does take more damage in response. Now just changing up his decision-making here, backing away.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a hold on the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, sure it's your bonus, sure you have the creds, but it is a Vandal, so no reason to just throw it out. So Forsaken just going to go for that hold, and I think a big part is no one from Paper Rex expected the entire team of Sentinels to be in mid, right? You got the 1 pick, you thought you could regain some control, you thought maybe they'd have to send some more abilities out to try to regain mid control, so Monyet peeks out again and sees Celsius just on the top of the wall way too quick for his own predictions.
I guess something maybe didn't have a gate crash set up to try to make that quick exit once he had gotten the first kill. He was just trying to drop down, but ends up getting picked. But with that round win, Sentinels, they get themselves up to double digits now. Still potential, though, was the bonus. And we come in pretty much equal across the board. Everybody with light armor, everybody with a Vandal in hand. 2 ults. However, it's still here for the side of Sentinels.
Standing ahead.
That null command absolutely could be used here on the site exec.
Yeah, so mid being completely empty by Paper Rex means they got to hold on to this main control if they want any semblance of map awareness. So that's going to be a double stack in A main.
Forward, they get the, okay, nice shot from Divide, finds second. Now the fault line stun, just trying to delay. They're wary about that push up coming through from double doors. They buy themselves some time after Shock even invested. Tense, it's a little bit of damage from it. The drone will fly. Quickly dealt with here. Forsaken has to back away.
Yeah, you've still got something on the Euro watching for mid through tunnel, so Paper Rex should have a pretty clean idea once the attack progresses here in A main.
Jump spot from Monyet was relatively unpunished, knocked down at 85, but now the null command going to be coming through. Forsaken, if he can find 1 kill, would give him that rolling thunder, but with the null command ticking across, he has to wait for that to expire.
Oh, but the flashes were too good. So much time has been spent here.
Paranoia bought them a hell of a lot of time there from Monyet. Continuing to just jiggle out, and the null command's going to be expiring here very soon. Pop flash out of the cyber cage, not finding much of anything. Is John Cutie going to be taken down? Forsaken now. Ult online with Saucy falling. Seems like it will not be necessary in this round. Celsius will come away with one, denying the flawless round from Paper Rex, but they will be able to answer back after dropping the bonus and move up to 6.
You know, something I just can't get out of my head watching Forsaken's Breach is that he will not hesitate to use that fall line. He hears one and he's like, okay, well, you're stunned. I don't know about, yep, I don't know about anybody else, but you are absolutely going down on this trade.
Yeah, just any inkling, any suspicion that there's somebody in a location, he's just going to be sending that through. Great opening kill, though, from Divide. And I mean, with Zekken falling, that's all of that mid-control that Sentinel were spanning out to try to acquire for themselves, just taken away. But what a run back here from Forsaken. Now top fragging for the team after being 0-6, I believe, at the start.
Yes. So he's clearly risen to the top. Defense working a little better for his Breach here on Breeze. And I would hope that for Kaplan here on the Sentinels timeout, they're talking about, don't worry about mid too much, right? I mean, Paper Rex is clearly just waiting for us to use all our abilities and peek out. We don't have to pressure it. You know, maybe just keep an eye on it with a Cypher Cam or something like that. You know, maybe peek out of elbow just to put some pressure on, but don't have to fight for it because this has given up so much space through both A main and tunnel here on B that Paper Rex can just sit back and play to their advantages of waiting for that duel to happen and then pile on with a breach.
It's just a little bit off the mark on this attack side so far here from the set of Sentinels, but Kaplan with the first break pump here of the match for them. It's going to look to get them right back on track, and Sentinels still have one additional timeout that they could use in this half if Paper Rex continues to get closer and closer to running this one back. Rolling Thunder still going to be available here from Forsaken, having not needed to commit it into the last round. That neural depth as well from John Cutie could be a big opener for them if they can get that initial kill.
Oh no, are they going to use it off the bat here?
Sure not, just the fault line. Flash to the Cyber Cage, they're rushing this one down. John Cutie gone. Forget the neural depth, he just didn't stand a chance.
And the gate crashed right out as well. And this is where the Euro shines, because normally what you would do if you're on attack is you see, okay, it's like 2-3 people pushing out, hard hit on A, but they know that the Euro gate crashed out. They don't know to where, so now they have to regain control. Sentinels has been slowed down once again here in the second half.
I just jump spawning here, backside. Ready with a bite to try to slow things up on the approach. Forsaken as well. 2 flashes, the Aftershock, basically the full kit available. Shouldn't be too much longer for that next fault line to come up.
Sentinels knows this has to be quick.
Okay, dash up, standard entry here from Zekken, drops down, and Vi instantly finds his head once again. Vi has just been the second counter, but Celsius, he's the one that's able to find Forsaken. Now that's so much of that defensive utility taken away here from Paper Rex.
Something wants to go the long way around just in case, because there's still 40 seconds. So right now, the members of Paper Rex URB, they have to stay alive.
Vi trying to find the shot, as is Mind Freak, but Saucy at distance with the Bulldog, able to find the kills. He grabs the orb. He now has a Hunter's Fury online. Something around the back, however, will make sure that cannot come into play. Crash available, but Moniette brings it now down into 1v2, and Tens only has a Sheriff in hand. It would have to be headshots, but it's not going to happen. Something will get himself a third as Paper Rex continue to claw their way back through.
An aggressive hit here out of B, off of the timeout. You know, they just say, okay, well, what's the best way for us to find information on what the plan is after timeout? Let's push out. Well, let's use the fault line. Let's use the flash. Get the free kill. Sentinels, I mean, the way they adjusted, it's probably the best they could have done, right? Go for the hard hit on B after a bit of a pause.
Yeah.
But the early kill coming out from Devi shuts it down.
And it's just great timing from him, swinging just ahead of that Sova ping coming through. Manages to get the catch onto Zekken, is just not quite ready for it. Why clear the dart when you just kill the player that's trying to kill you?
And here's the op from Something as well. We've seen that in times past with the Euros here on Breeze to great success.
Poison's off.
Shout out to Bazzy.
Yep, shout out to Bazzy. But, you know, it only works if they come to you, right? So currently that's not in the books.
Which was Bazzy's problem.
Yes.
DRX just knew exactly where he was every single round. So now it looks like, again, going to be pretty hefty on the B hit. He's going to push forward, sends out a warning shot, but nothing spotted. Zekken, however, tucked away here on site. Gets spotted, Divide, guns him down. Hunter's Fury crashing across Saucy, able to find him on yet. Going to be taken down at the same time as John Cutie finds a kill. Zealous is on the lurk, catching Forsaken off guard. He still cannot use that ultimate. It's something, rushes forward, jumps out with the signature shorty, and gets the kill, bringing this now into a 1v2. Hero Depth comes across something, has to get himself out to safety. Tucked in behind the half wall for now, is the pit now going to be invested. Hunter's Fury going across, just trying to hunt. Spike still not yet planted, but Mindfreak coming up short. Doesn't manage to find any connections, and Saucy at back sight. Peeks out, catches something unawares. Zelsis on the lurk once again will find Mindfreak. Plant can come in, Sentinels stop this minor win streak here from Paper Rex, and now they move up to 11.
Dude, as a Euro enjoyer, my heart was beating so fast when I was watching something. I was like, you don't have a way out. I mean, what are you going to do? You're in between two Sentinels players. He just says, well, I just whip out the shorty. I mean, it's an easy answer.
My way out is through John Cutie's torso.
I mean, he was getting so much information, but at the end of the day, Paper Rex, they didn't already have the angles ready, right? So even though you had something going for the pings, no one was there to get the quick trades.
Forsaken again, just getting caught. That Rolling Thunder that's been available for the last several rounds, just not being able to be utilized at all. Great work there from Zelsis on those lurks.
Oh, mid control given up for free from Sentinel, so that definitely seems to have been an adjustment from the timeouts.
Okay. Manya, bold. Absolutely bold going for the second jiggle, but he gets more information.
Not ready.
Start can be taken. Gives second his knives. It looks like that's exactly who it's going to. As the drone comes through, gets the ping. Manya has to back away. John Cutie in the meantime going to be found something. Getting that kill over in mid.
No, they can't come in now. They
Flashes
have to
dissuade.
They have to regain.
Something is down to 5 HP, so very close to trading this one out. Is Forsaken going to get caught again? Zelsis managing to find him, and something pushing forward in towards Chomp. Ends up getting taken down, and suddenly the man advantage is here for Sentinels. Devi, he's trying to take a forward position on this one. The flash, he tries to get ahead of this one, but can he break the corner? Gets himself out, holds on to a bite, up over the top, manages to spray down one, but cannot steady the aim to find Saucy. Two players to swing out. Mindfreak trying to hold the line, but cannot. Gets taken down. Now it's all on Monyet. The 1v3 to clutch.
Spike planted.
10's at 5 health. Zelsis at 85, but Zelsis still stands tall. Sentinels move up to 12. Map point.
Zelsis is more than just the 5 guy, that's for sure. He has been so strong on these lurks, getting the pickoffs against crucial members like Forsaken, you know, in the timing that they need, even finishing off the round as well. Even though something wins that fight in mid, they're not prepared for the double lurk. Zelsis regaining control of mid, makes the call to rotate all the way over. They know that they're pushing out from A main as well. That means that has to be the heavier focus. And Sentinel's adjustments to every single trade has been perfect in that past round. Now that Rolling Thunder is still available, Forsaken just not finding an opportunity to use it.
Something spotted, just going to gate crash out, but I think that actual follow-up ping does reveal where he jumped back to. Neutral position, so not too much information gained for them. With the pit in play over at B, seems like Sentinels not wanting to try to push through this one. Given the drones already used. Once again, we'll look to just try to take some space over here towards mid. John Cutie spotting Monyet. He's just some shots his way, but I mean, this is double presence here. Over in pain, and Forsaken gunned down, second on the swing.
Oh, I love the adjustment as well. You know that the Viper's in the pit. You saw one peeking out of tunnel. You saw Monyet already watching for a main. You knew the Euro teleported back. They kept all of that information in their brains downloaded.
Zelsis tucked away once again, going on the lurk. Is it red? Yes. Mindfreak, great awareness. Says, yeah, I play some Viper as well. And manages to take him down. That's going to be a weapon picked up from him, so does get the upgrade. Mindfreak, though, does end up falling, so upgrade now abandoned. 3v4.
They need to clear a second before Devi can start to swing out here.
The map on the line. Devi able to find Saucy, but second, holding at the half wall, comes up with 2. Dash reset, Devi not ready for the push-up from John Cutie. And 13-7, Sentinels will take the opening map here of the AVL against Paper Rex.
An absolutely huge win here for Sentinels. Of course, just the first map, but a great start coming all the way over around the globe here to Seoul, South Korea. their first time getting to play here in Valorant, and it's a great showing. And a big part of it, again, I think it's just the way they were able to keep that information, and a huge benefit, or helpful factor to that was Zelsis. Just his positioning, right? His lurks is always reinforcing the information they got at the beginning of the round, allowing the rest of the team and John Cutie to make the right calls for, at the 1 minute mark, at the 40-second mark. Really good breeze here from Sentinels.
Absolutely. Very slow beginning there from the side of Paper Rex. Sentinels just riding that momentum. Yep, do get disrupted a little bit in the second half at the beginning, but once they found their footing, Kaplan kind of intervening with that timeout, we saw them just be able to come back in, run those 3 rounds consecutively to take the win. So a monstrous performance here on Paper Rex's map pick to go ahead and kick off this best of 3 series with a win.
Yeah, Paper Rex, meanwhile, this was one of those maps where they seemed to get caught up in their own pacing, right? And I think a big part of it was they had to start the attack. They couldn't figure out the Cypher, and they were like, well, we just got to go for fights. Got to go for more fights.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the downsides of a composition like that. It looked a little bit better on defense, but Sentinels was able to slow things down, pump the brakes. And also just great to see all 10 players, though, in terms of mechanical aim, they seem to be in great condition. So, we can really focus on the overall team play and how the team looks overall.
Yeah, I mean, we kept talking about, Zelsis, about John Cutie, these, huge impacts that they were having, the lurks from Zelsis, but Sasi, kind of the not quite so quiet carry coming through from this, but a monstrous performance from him on that signature Sova. 20 kills, only 8 deaths, 4 assists coming through. A phenomenal performance from him. And for a career debut on Sova for Mindfreak, having to go up against Sasi on that maximum comfort, that's rough.
Yeah, that is hard. And we could tell, while Mindfreak, sure, his gunplay was on point today, you kind of had to wait for the perfect opportunity to use your utility, whereas Sasi was just free-firing whenever he saw an opportunity to shoot out those shock darts and, of course, a recon as well. Yeah. Paper Rex, again, in terms of the duels, the first kills are in their favor, so they weren't shying away from that. But the overall strategic maneuvers, a little bit ahead here for Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, you can see just the retakes from Sentinels, so good. Post plans from Paper Rex, not looking great at all, not even a 50% win rate in that regard. But as mentioned, Sasi coming up big here for the side of Sentinels.
Yeah, wow, 20 kills, only 8 deaths. I mean, that is what you want to see from your initiator, right? They are picking up those trades and not dying till the end of the round. You love to see it. Again, Zelsis and John Cutie, huge impact. And Tens and Zekken, they were doing what they had to do in their positions. They still had some really great duels against the members of Paper Rex. This just sets us up for an even more exciting map too, which should be Sunset here coming up with a pick from Sentinels.
And who knows what this is going to entail for the side of Paper Rex. We have a lot of questions about what they're going to be bringing out. They already surprised us quite a bit on Breeze. With Sunset on the horizon, who the hell knows what they're going to be doing. But guys, we're going to go to a quick little break, let the players cool down and get ready for that second map. Sunset is on the horizon, so don't go anywhere. The action continues in just a bit. Checking for the spray, does manage to find 2, gets the 3rd, the last bullet from Celsius, taking out the already weak Divide. Getting back around, himself safe, just a smattering of damage there. On the corner, swings out with the back of the flash, but himself also flashed up just a little bit. Managing to find the second kill though, Mindfreak and something.
Barely predictable.
Okay. Something, but then Mindfreak swinging in from mid, taking down through the tunnel. Sasi went back sight, all the obfuscation, all the smokes taken away from them. Just barely missed each other, but now he's swinging back around, and second will be hard to predict.
The double's hard to predict.
Holds it down,
oh,
Tense.
No.
Find 2 quick kills, flash for flash, both gonna be wall coming up. Got the dash, but it's gonna be expiring soon. Oh, and he find any backstab damage here with that Bulldog. Very goes across, John Cutie finding one, Celsius swinging the corner forward here. Around, Celsius coming in from behind, Divide not ready for it. Fall taking down at the same time as John Cutie finds a kill. Celsius on the lurk, catching Forsaken off guard. He still cannot use that ultimate. It's something, rushes forward, jump.
Yeah. I like this. First off, you need to notice I'm close to the sun, looking like Ian Moses. Bet I keep it going. How do I see it, man? I seize the moment. Give me the water, cause the seeds are growing. No naysayers, I'm singing the hooks that Nate gave us. Regulate, but never wait. I walk in great favor, never hate. But setting pace for all the late neighbors. Set a date and get away, could be a lifesaver. Truthfully, my eulogy done beautifully. Still walking the sun, I tan good there usually. Me and G looking around like there's a few a week. I don't need a hook for this hell twisted. I'm doing me firing off. Rep the Messiah who died on the cross. I and the loss is Christ to require the song. Tired and all, I'm staying on assignment. If I weigh it all, this ain't autopilot. Why you faking like you want it? Remember laying out in college on my prayers out of pocket, but the Savior came and got him. I was walking away. Now I get caught in the grace. Now when they ask, I can't call it. Don't call me safe. I can't shake them off. Wine and bread, see how I break it off. Grandma and grandpa died. Why did you take them, Lord? Rain for the just and the unjust. Can't change the law. Good and the bad, I take it all. No major flaws. How it goes? They take the high one, you take the low road. Elder road to the globe for everyone who don't know. I've been entering rooms, no need for FOMO. I may walk in dead low, but I'm never solo. Ministry living, 3 words, it is finished. Major buddy independent. He ain't got ties with anybody. Let me say the sentence. He ain't got ties with any party. Do you feel offended? You should know it's a given. You should know when you're the Lord of heaven and earth. Nothing in the works, removing you from your turf. Nothing they say is changing it or reverse. The gates of Hades and prevailing against the church. That's my Savior's words. And I stand on it first class stamp, getting amped cause I banked on it. Bro got sick, I called mom to lay hands on him. Couldn't fly out, I had to tell her go handle it. Facts, no rambling. Still walk with the sun every day, they can't cancel him. Look at all the challenges. Look at all the people trying to walk in there arrogant. Really quite embarrassing. The marathon continues like Sam and them gone.
Keep fighting the fight. One day you will win. Keep fighting the fight to fight again. Keep fighting the fight. One day you will win. Keep fighting the fight to fight again.
Bible verses greater than my verses that I fight against. Faith can move a mountain, still my flesh is what I'm fighting with. I fight against the slightest chips on shoulders I confide it with. No, they want an L, but I see more windows than a pilot trip. My God has been my guidance in my darkest times that I'll admit. Money can't be my God, cause changes come, that change I'm tithing with. I bind it with those times I spent in a room with thoughts my mind ascend. They laughed at the dreams I couldn't pay attention, couldn't kill my vibe, I vibe with them. You don't know God till you seen the bottoms, how you know my king the highest. 8th grade, quit sports, I was down to run a blitz just to get the whole team acknowledged. Where I'm from, Mr. Say a little grave, told mama I wanna go be somebody. I'm alive on a mission, by the grace I'ma get it, it's a miracle to sing goodbye. And my goals big, giving everything my focus. I won't stop, they know this. I'm on the gas, no coasting, so God saw you, if nobody else noticed. You made it through those storms, now I pray you keep in focus. Not on work, not pursuits. I'm talking soul, I'm talking truth. Talking Christ gave up his life. I'm talking chose, I'm talking you. By the cross we made new, by his stripes we are healed. Name a story, greater story, where the innocent is killed for the bill of the ill. But the darkness shall not reign. On that day is blurring red and all of heaven screamed his name. Every thorn that filled his crown, every step was filled with pain. From across his body hung, and from that cross was saving grace. Forgive us, Father, we knew not that this king was here to stay. This kind of love, almighty power, took the keys from every grave. It's the king, it's for him, it's his glory, it's his fame, it's his church, it's his bride, it's the cross, it's his stage. It's for him, it's for Jesus, it's for hope. People need him, be the hands, be the feet. Here on earth, be the kingdom.
Keep fighting the fight. One day you will win. Keep fighting the
And we are back. It's time to go into map number 2 here as Paper Rex selecting Breeze from map number 1, only able to pick up 7 rounds. Sentinels come out swinging, and they look damn good. I love Zelsis as well, my friend, because that was a hell of a performance from him on that Viper.
Yeah, just really, really impressive play here from
Shout out to
Zelsis.
Jing's mom.
Shout out to Jing's mom. Always here to cheer on Jing.
Doesn't matter if he's on stage or not.
Exactly. Well, he was briefly, you know, he did the coach walkout, so.
But hey, he's on stage now. Look at this.
Okay, one more dance. All right,
Yep.
all right. We'll see how many times we can extend this, but.
Champions was just a setback. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Jing is back on stage.
Man.
And as we get ready to go into sunset, as he gets ready to ride off into the sunset, I think we know what he's going to be playing.
It's got to be raised. It's got to be raised, nerf or not. I mean, that's his agent. And man, I think we all around the world, we all thought, man, it's going to be so sad that we can't watch any more Jing. But guess what? You can at the Afreeca TV Valorant League.
So do you have any friends out there that said, you know what, it's too late to watch the stream, I'm just going to sleep, I'll have to just catch a VOD, or you can tell me what happened later. They are not here to witness this. The return of Jing on stage. You guys are here. So shout outs to all of you.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this. Not live. I mean, Jing coming back here for another showing. Most likely picking up the raise. Gonna be on Sunset as well. You know, something we haven't seen here from Paper Rex. Curious to see what their interpretations will be.
Watch as like Jing comes back in, he's playing Sova, Mind Freak's playing Yoru. It's just like some weird stuff that keeps happening.
That's where I draw the line, all right? If they have someone else on Raze and it's not Jing, that's when we can say, are they taking this seriously? Because on Breeze, I do think they were trying to really make that comp work. It was just getting hard countered by Sentinels, but ideally here it's going to be Jing on that Raze. I mean, it could be, you know, Jing has played Reyna before in Haven, so I mean, that's another possibility. Of course, Saucy with a great showing back on his OG trademark Sova on Breeze.
There's a fantastic overall, you know, group effort from the side of Sentinels to be able to get the win. Not anybody, you know, not carrying their weight. Everyone was showing up when necessary.
Oh, I see the boom bot. I see the glove.
All right,
a little bit of spoiler.
A little bit of spoiler, but it's fine. We knew it was coming anyway.
And it had to be. I mean, especially on Sunset. Raze just lots of uses here. But surprises still abound.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well,
CGRS is back too?
I was going to say something picking up the reins where CGRS left them and bringing Gecko out here onto Sunset. Divide now picking up the Cypher. Mind Freak back over. Oh, I mean, he was still playing Smokes, but back over onto the Omen with Forsaken grabbing up the KO. But on the opposite side, Sentinels going to be coming out. They have that fade for information.
Yeah, interesting composition here from Paper Rex. I mean, you still have the double initiator. Gecko, I would say, is an agent that, you know, can work well on Sunset with the way the geography works, and then they still have the KO for other surefire information. But curious to see if they're going to play the Gecko mega, you know, aggressive, or are they really just going to use it to fish for information and then something does this classic, just something go kill strat.
I'm very curious to see how this ends up playing out going into this one, because again, Sentinels, they're the ones who pick up Sunset, but now it's a bit of an opposite situation where it is Paper Rex who actually do have that KO to try to counteract a lot of that Cypher utility coming through, whereas Sentinels do not anymore. They don't have 10s running that one. They have a fade coming in. The Prowlers, yes, they can catch on to some of those trap wires, but they cannot destroy them. But anyway, we'll see how it all plays out as we jump into map number 2. Sentinels, they can close this one out. We'll take the first series of the ABL 2-0. We'll see if Paper Rex can extend this series.
Sentinels, looks like the Cypher setups are going to start here on B. They will be on defense. Paper X on the attack, and like you mentioned to kill you, so a lot of focus going to be on that KO usage from Forsaken. If you can find that, you know, if you can find that Cypher being played by John Cutie, then that site should be free by all means if you're able to land the 0 point, which is why John Cutie's going to be playing pretty far back. He's, even as a camera, watching down mid, so you definitely want to keep him alive for as long as possible. Keep that attention on mid so that even if B gets opened up, you're able to go for the retake here from mid through market.
Well, I believe this is the 13th time in Forsaken's career that we get to see him on the KO, so not something that's very commonly seen at all, especially in the last season. Not too much spotted there, but now Swinging around, first contact's gonna be made, and Tens gets taken down. As Forsaken finds the opening kill.
Yeah, okay, even leisure to pick up the ult orb. That does give a little bit of extra time from Sentinels, but the smokes come out, and Sentinels, they weren't quite in position to flood all the way through. They will just wait for all the extra utility being thrown out. Little bro gonna go for the plant here. That does keep something alive. Okay, I'm seeing the theory here. All right, something can still have his gun out at all times and go for the duels.
And we see his nade attempt there. Deep in the back sight, but nobody there. Even though they were able to rely on that Gecko for the plant. And now Divide finding 1 second, going to be taken down off screen as something gets himself an elimination. Spot on to Sauce just around the corner of that smoke, but kill can't be found. Disney up the top, finding nothing but the flash. Will connect, the pursuit coming in. Something able to find that kill. Forsaken taken down, but Something will be able to gun down 3 to try to fast track over towards that Thrash. Now just 3 away from it as Paper Rex will pick up their second pistol win of the series.
And the interesting thing here about that pistol round is that they just opened it up with a quiet peek out, right? The crouch peek out from Forsaken. It wasn't much else, so it really just relied on if they got the kill, they were going to go away. If not, they would have, we would have seen something else, maybe more utility having to be thrown, but Sentinels doesn't gain much information from this pistol round. It was clearly just, oh, what
in the hell?
Okay.
Just good sense. Sometimes something just does that. Getting info from his team. Splash going to be going out to go for a very aggressive push up. Ten's trying to exit. Cannot.
He's back.
Welcome back to the stage. The prodigal son returns, and he comes up with 2 kills here.
It's just so clean. How does he always do it?
Well, it is also an anti-eco, but damn if it isn't good to see it once again. Jing will get himself a 3rd elimination, and Celsius will be the last one standing.
Oh, I would have loved to see the Ninja just sit right behind Little Bro as he's planning, just pick it right back up. They have no idea, so I think Celsius could get another kill here. No one cleared this, and Paper X clearly has not communicated that.
Something is nearby. He's rotating away. I mean,
no.
They would be able to hear it for sure.
Yeah. They have to keep someone safe here.
I mean, they checked every position other than here.
I think they cleared it. I think the assumption is that Jing peeked into it, but Jing went full all the way to back sight here to Alley. So
I mean, they're backed off. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
And a little bit of an issue.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Looks like maybe one of our spectator feeds is going down for a brief little moment there, but it's all good. So apologies for that one, but everything's fine. I'm like, I didn't realize that there was a change to the spike in the patch. It just breaks reality.
It actually just takes away all the energy from the studio.
Yeah.
So Zelsis, of course, going down there in that previous round. We can see that. Going to just be that anti-eco. Now this is where we'll start to see a couple extra plays coming out. Paper X primed for a run into B site.
Smoke sent across, trying to keep them from pushing forward past a lobby. But Paper Rex sights on a different spot. You see Paint Shell's being used just to clear that trap wire. Heavy investment to be able to get rid of that util, but just given how critical those trap wires have been. That's just Devi swinging in from mid, catching Tens. He's got his attention paid over towards the B site. Ends up falling. Devi, however, not ready for a second to come crashing through. Does get caught. Maybe in a bit of a rough spot, but no, does turn, finds John Cutie. Bring things back into parity. Paint Shell sent forward, Forsaken backing away, keeps himself relatively safe.
They're not covering behind them, though. It's a little faster than they would assume, and I think right now their goal is just to wrap back around Market. They want to stay focused on Market, given the plan.
Saucy on that flag now going to be noted. Sending out the flash, something, even at range, able to take down Zekin with that Spectre. Cleans him up, snappy shots from Forsaken. Gets rid of Saucy, now suddenly Paper Rex looking very well poised to convert this bonus. No time to really work with here for Zelsis. Swaps the weapons, does get the headshot. Forsaken taken down, something last one standing, but there's just no time left. Something on the lurk, gonna look to try to get rid of that gun, and he will. Can he pick it up for himself? I don't know if there's one in the corner anyway, so we'll be able to grab that Vandal. Upgrades, has a little bit of a celebration, and Paper X move up 3-0.
Very quick round. Love picking up the tempo there on the bonus. Devi able to creep through mid. Gets the kill, of course, with the help of Forsaken as well. So going for the double team, I mean, this was a well thought out round here from Paper X. Now, they didn't quite clear out John Cutie, so that was a bit of a danger, but they will be able to clear after the first kill, get that trade down, and now Paper X gonna look to slow things down with the Cypher setups.
Yep. He's cutting off all these access points for any forward aggression coming through. Prowler will confirm Trapwire presence over at A lobby. Jing getting darted for a brief little moment. I'm just gonna be backing away. Over the top, will get cleared out.
There. Flash.
Saucy again, ready with the Prowler. Sends it through, quick clear on that.
Paranoia already being used for Paper X. They're going to want to try to go for these swings first if you want to enter the site safely.
Not getting the opening kill there from Zekin. It does hurt them to push forward. Jing reading it, ready for it. Swings onto the corner. Celsius with the classic will be able to take him down. So a 1-for-1. Weapon cannot be recovered. They have to back away from this position as Paper X continues to flood forward.
Paper X is also kind of stuck here though if they don't want to give up that rifle.
Press only onto one, and Zekin with a headshot will take down something, delivering his first death, and that actually puts the spike out in a rough position. So Mindfreak pushing forward. Cutie trying to find a timing to lurk forward through that cyber cage. Eventually catch him. The flash timing is so damn good, but the follow-up shots, they're just outgunned. Decent damage dealt considering the economic situation from Sentinels. They take away 3 players, but Paper X now move up 4-0.
Yeah, huge patience from Devi. I was wondering if he was just going to try to go for the pinch to break him the site, but they realized Sentinels is the one who still has to get antsy. So much time on the clock. They have to keep creeping in here into elbow to see if that spike was picked up or not. Devi holds all the way to the end and finally is able to get the double here to wrap up the round.
So the ult's not quite there for Sentinels. Dangerously close to 3 critical ones. The Rolling Thunder, the Nightfall, as well as Zekin's Showstopper. And for that matter, John Cutie with the Neural Theft. Jing snatching up this beat orb, gets himself a Showstopper of his own.
Interesting to note that Paper X threw the paint shells on B main entrance every round to break the trapwire, and the one round that John Cutie adjusts, they say we back off. It wasn't there the last round. He didn't install it. Good awareness here from Jing.
And the Dizzy over the top, spotting out the double blind.
They know the trade's set up, but it's all just in for, uh-oh!
Oh, 10's gonna get out, yes he can. Rocket a bit shallow. Good jump away as Jing. Prowler not quite going to hit, clears the close right corner. Answering paint shells will keep them at bay. Not being fully committed to though here from the side of Sentinels. We still see Celsius lingering as Tens comes up with 2 huge kills before getting taken down. Then Jing gets traded. 2v4. Monstrous advantage here for Sentinels. Try to get themselves this first round win, and now it's just Mindfreak left standing, and he's been noted. They know exactly where he is.
30 seconds
left. The swing out comes through. Great timing from Saucy. Catches him. In a relatively unscathed round, Sentinels will finally get themselves on the board.
Yeah, a bit of an all-in on the Showstopper, and it's just a slight miss. Jing, too fast for his own good. Steps ahead of the Paranoia right at the end. He's going to get hit by that and just cannot confirm the kill. I think if he had vision, he was still in range to be able to hit 10s, even as the Shadow Step came out. But the 10 stays alive, and that's all they needed from Sentinels.
That, or rather than going for that elbow split, trying to go to the left side, push over towards that A link side, maybe then you can catch. I believe it was Saucy still playing in that position. He's got a lot less mobility. Celsius though rushing forward, fault line, but Forsaken gets the headshot. It doesn't even take a lick of damage. What a shutdown!
Yeah, Zekin lands just a step behind from where he wanted to get to peek out, so he has to swing back out, gives just enough time for Forsaken to turn around despite the stun.
I know exactly where you are.
And that's the Neural Theft. Sentinels are just going to say, okay, information's given up anyway. Let's just back off, go for the retake on either side.
Yeah, they're fairly scattered into the neutral positions, which does allow them to get a fast rotate into position here for this A-side take. So everybody from Sentinels ready. Try to shut this one down, but Devi pushing forward, anticipates 10's on top of the box. Great kill from him, but now Forsaken tagged up. Flash goes out over the top, Mindfreak eating that one there from his teammate. Forsaken trying to get the hell out of dodge, but Celsius does manage to take him out through the box.
Okay, so Devi feels the pressure right now. With the Rolling Thunder available, they empty the site.
Mindfreak is not hit. Fault line, however, will catch him. He's just around the corner. The cyber cage pop. Mindfreak. Safe, but oh no!
Everybody just caught.
Everybody getting caught by the Thrash. Oh, but Mindfreak survives. Now looks for the TP up, but Devi lurks around the back. Manages to find the 4K to end it. We can't, okay, you know what? We weren't sure how much whimsy we were going to get. It's getting whimsical.
What a round. Rolling Thunder into the Thrash. Just tie up everyone, including your teammate. Nobody knows where each other are. Oh, can you imagine Zel's panic when he finally turns around, spots Mindfreak just sitting there with his arms out?
Just ready for a hug.
Yeah, well, I mean, it paid off that Divine went for, the flank all the way around. He realized as soon as the Rolling Thunder was online, they had to have a backup plan. They can't just try to re-peek, and it's heads-up play.
Well, understandably, after the puzzling round that we just witnessed, Kaplan is going to be calling the first time out here on Sunset. Try to get a bit of a reset here for the squad and get them set up on the right track.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to share here, because quite frankly, it's not like Paper X has done too much, back and forth maneuver. They actually haven't targeted mid at all, except for that, third round where they're
yeah,
they just pinch through, but they're not trying to take like top mid control or anything like that. They're not playing slow at all, which obviously they usually don't. So I'm curious to see what the adjustments here are from Sentinels. I mean, do you continue to just maybe keep the cam on mid, empty it, push out from A main or B main a bit harder? But to do that, I mean, listen, you have the breach, so you do have a composition that can push out, force those early duels, and then try to buy time on the other side with the Cypher. The question is where do those trap wires go to avoid that paint shield that Jing's been so good about?
Time will tell, but an adjustment absolutely necessary here for the side of Sentinels to try to get themselves back into this. I mean, very much almost mirrored down to the very rounds how things started on Breeze. Just inverted for Paper X to be the ones in the lead. Second again, looking for the rush play, jumps in, but Forsaken again is ready for it. Changes up his position, pens over, still on top of the box. Able to find one, so equalized, both teams losing their raises within the first 20 seconds of the round.
Yeah, just a backup coming in quick from Tens because they realized that it was only Forsaken here on the A side. The likelihood going to be on the B side, but a heads up play from both teams. Paper X.
Cage trigger.
Zero theft across. Getting the spot out. Molly,
he
can't get out of it.
Planted.
TP not gonna be fast enough. Something coming away with the kill, and Ten's gonna be kicking himself for that one. Clear onto the trap wire. Push forward to buy. To play up within the smoke. It's about to expire. Fault line catches. He tucks around the corner. Clear out on the haunt. So not revealed, but they should know that there's gonna be someone within the site.
There's a fragment. This is all just to buy time, though, because something is coming around, and Device stays alive!
Can't find anything. Does manage to find a kill, though, with the cleanup coming through. No audio required. Paper X will still close out the round, and that's a fairly hefty commitment here from the side of Sentinels, not having that Nightfall now.
Yeah, they dumped all those ultimates, right? They used the Omen ultimate as well from the Shadows to provide backup. They were using that Nightfall for the retake, and Forsaken, as soon as he sees the abilities come out from A main, he just knows it's a pinch.
Yeah. Just divide, the Sultan continuing to hold the line. One of the top-rated players from this team during Pacific's regular season, as well as at their international performances, and he is continuing to deliver here today. Right now, it feels like Paper X have very much woken up.
No command at the ready. That's all the trap wire's gone.
Yep, takes it away. Work cut out for John Cutie. Now we can just do nothing but really back away through market up towards Boba. The plant comes in, recover on the wingman as well. Just wanting to be able to potentially get that daze off.
They have the showstopper, and they have to be aware that there's going to be more flanks. I mean, that's been Paper X's MO, both on Breeze and here on Sunset. So they got to go in quick and have someone watch market.
Get this rocket lined up. Second, trying to think about where they could be approaching from, where they could be squatted at, rather, inside of B lobby. But the back away comes through. They know the rocket's going to be sent towards them. So it's up, being avoided. Tens, however, with the Guardian, looking for a second kill. Will get taken down, but Sentinels getting themselves into a very strong position. Something trying to spam out, doesn't find anything. The grab here, onto the spike, holding for the defuse, something, trying to stop them, but he cannot, but do they have the time? Yes, they do!
Oh,
0.9 seconds remaining, Sentinels will scrape by. Two players left standing at the end of it all, but they get themselves a second round win.
An absolutely necessary win as well, because Sentinels, their creds would have been in turmoil if they didn't win that one. Even now, they're gonna have to stick to those half armors if they want to continue on for the rest of the half. No better time to stop the bleeding, though, when it's at 6 points. You can at least try to equalize at 6-6.
Let's see if they're going to be able to do just that. Red Bull, we saw some sunsets. It was 6-6 at the end of the half, so maybe Sentinels can make that happen as a thrash. Oh, it's such a shallow angle. He can't reach the corner. He can't try to take it down. Instead, Defy will just finish him off. He takes a bit of damage there for his trouble, but the kill is well worth.
Pretty sure that Thrash ate that extra bullet here to keep Defy alive, so hey, it works out one way or another. Now Defy already watching for the other side.
The stack, though. Everybody over on this A-Link side. Thrash about to be available. There it is. Gets sent in, but something going to be taken down. Actually, the aftershock finds him. Jing pushing forward, able to find one.
Yeah, but B's open. This is what Defy was setting up for. It's because they had the Omen ultimate. Unfortunately, Jing can't stay alive, though.
Tense loves that box. Just continues to play on top of it. And this time, just find a kill. TP across. Bring a market. Defy, good for one. Backs away. Pops the cage. Both of them going to be just pulling back into B main.
They've got that camera to spot for them first, so just going for the 2v2, trying to swing out from left and right.
Cypher v Omen on both sides. Dart does go out, but doesn't get the connection.
They hear both.
Now they know he's not holding on to this one, but John Cutie with the lurk forward finds the kill, leaving it now to Mindfreak. Another tap, time dwindling. Spots one, swings, gets him. The stick coming through. Tens just gonna be holding this one, but Mindfreak narrowly gets the headshot to clutch it out. Paper X now moving up 7-2.
Defy's movements have been very fluid here in Sunset and just always giving that extra insurance plan should their initial push not work out. Even here, already clearing out that B site nice and early. Now here, Forsaken, didn't realize there were more than two that got caught by the Thrash, but Defy opens it up. Mindfreak closes it out.
Just narrow margins here. Tens, nothing left to do there other than to try to just stick it. Seas does get found, but Jing finds Saucy. Catching him, just no hope of escape. Boombot now going to be sent through. Wingman goes forward, Plant going to be coming down. John Cutie in the meantime just staying quiet, hovering in the corner within this smoke, just trying to wait for a timing as Tens arrives on the scene.
Yeah, just sheriffs, so not much to be done here from Sentinels.
The Molly forces him out into the open, as does the paint shell. A deadly combination as Jing rushes forward and gets himself a fourth, now on for the ace.
Zelsis, does he give it up here?
He needs to die. It's a question of does he get found by Jing, who is very much on the hunt. Swinging around, spots one, something, does he give it up? He doesn't die, but Defy will take it for himself. There's a, buddy, sorry. I'm not losing my gun.
As Defy's always the one that keeps things grounded here for Paper X, as crazy as that might seem. Well, with that kill, I mean, even though eventually if he died to an opponent, he would have gotten anyway, but the Rolling Thunder comes online for Zelsis, so one more opportunity for them to try to claw back at the very end of the first half here.
Just a monstrous round from Jing. And again, weak buys, but still, the movement is always impressive. The crispness of the shots, always impressive. Prowler out, quick clear onto that one, 0 point. Maybe getting a catch onto only Saucy, otherwise not much information going to be gained here from Paper X.
Yeah, and Sentinels with a push out, something they haven't done here in mid.
Second around the corner, and Tens in a very forward position in Courtyard, catching Defy unawares.
Yeah, there was no way Paper X could have expected that. It just hasn't happened at all in the past 10 rounds, so can't quite fault him. Just good heads up from Sentinels. Good adjustment.
Backing away, setting out a smoke here. Spike does get brought around towards B. Answering smoke out from Tens, however, trying to dissuade them from pushing forward into that site.
Yeah, I think you have to push here top mid because you've already given so much insight on B.
Need that Boba control really to try to wrap around. Push through market, door shot. Likely to just be a dead sentence here.
Now Jing wasn't spotted. We'll see if they're aware.
He's rushing forward now though. Could have heard some of it. Tens, however, going to be good for one. Tries to clear out on that Dizzy, but then gets taken down. Second. Still in market, finds one, but Mindfreak will find him. 2v3. Disadvantage for the side of Paper X. 24 seconds now remaining. Spike needing to be planted. Jing, however, now finally striking. Catches Saucy. Swing around the backside. Mindfreak finds John Cutie. The spike can be planted. And Zelsis is the last one standing.
Oh, the time?
It does push them off. He's not planting, and Zelsis gets them lined up and stunned up. to be able to close out a third round here on the half for Sentinels.
In the half.
Baller play. Just absolute guts of steel from Zelsis to throw out such a high impact ultimate in a 1v2 and then close things out on the clutch. It starts with this great push out from Sentinels, something they hadn't done. And then they're able to hold market control and B site from John Cutie as well, just staying alive for as long as possible. That gives them all the heads up that it's eventually coming B. And then Zelsis, just high fashion.
Very excellently done from Zelsis. A chance now for Sentinels to potentially get a fourth round on the board, but that is a devastating way for things to kick off. Your Smoke's now eliminated within the first 10 seconds. 10's gone. She's trying to push forward into B main. With a quick shot finds him. Now John Cutie's position revealed the rush forward, though he has him lined up, but cannot get that second kill. It'll just be a 1-for-1 in that regard, but the advantage still held by Paper Rex.
Yeah, second's a little far out, Sale.
Molly towards Boba. Neural theft going through. Zelsis, oh, this time, no shenanigans coming through. Jing, yep, okay, finally gets the kill. Took him a couple checks to be able to get it done, but given that he was stunned up, just no reply possible for Zelsis. Saucy on top of the box, gonna be able to find one Mind Freak. Gets him, then falls. With 2 members left standing, Paper Rex will be able to close it out for a 9-3 half once again.
Yeah, I love that Jing just was too ahead of himself. He was so scared about the Nightfall that he kept having to swing back around, but closes things out. The Thrash coming out once again. That's what, 3 Thrashes in the first half or something. Great play. His utility's been really impressive here from the get-go. I mean, the mollies have been good. The Disneys have been getting the information that they need. Even there, just throwing it out just to check for his teammates coming in from market. So this is something that has clearly been practiced.
Yeah, for sure. He's been looking very much at home with this one. Constantly finding value and getting picks. And oh, we had to do him dirty with this one, didn't we?
No, we're showcasing how aware he is about the second person swinging out.
It's just not forgetting that there's somebody in the corner.
Exactly.
He's always aware of it. But that is going to bring us now to the half. 9-3, much like we saw on Breeze, but this time with Paper X way out in front. I mean, I was thinking coming into the day that this was going to be destined to be a 3-mapper. And
yeah, I was really hoping
it seems like right now, given the pace that we've been seeing, that is very much on the cards unless we see a huge run back from Sentinels.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, with the composition they have, you know, the rain is in their hands with the breach on the fade. They can force the issue a bit easier here on attack without worrying about, you know, the other team going the other side. Maybe you losing out on timing for your cooldowns. You have much more control. However, the big question is Forsaken's timing on those 0 points, and then of course the Gecko as well. I mean, that Molly, we saw it even get a kill here on Sunset after it trapped up 10s. Now that it does damage over time when it first lands, it can really slow things down.
Yeah. We need to see that heavy impact here from Zekin. Has been getting shut down time and time again. Forsaken, I mean, I wonder if Forsaken just runs drills with Jing and says, yeah, just blast pack at me over and over again. And I'm going to see if I can kill you.
Wow, I've never thought about that.
Just condition and say like, okay, this time we're going to do it, you know, where I'm stunned. Yeah. This time we're going to do it where I'm not stunned. This time we're going to do it when there's a flash coming my way, and just kind of do that.
I mean, honestly, it's probably the best practice you can get with someone like Jing, all right? Just the fastest raise that we've seen on the pro scene.
Well, now we go into the pistol here at the start of the second half. We'll see if Sentinels can pick this one up and take one step towards running this one back into their favor.
Oh, the stack's on board for Paper Rex.
0 point out from the top. As Dizzy goes up as well, nothing going to be spotted over here towards A main.
Yeah, but that gives so much time for Jing to set up here, and that's full A main control from Paper X. They're finally making sure they keep eyes on mid. Not a double angle, though.
Okay, Forsaken. Last bullet, able to stabilize. Gets that shot across, taking down Zekin. Bit of a rocky start here for the side of Sentinels. That entry power taken away from them.
The map movement is very good for Paper X. They throw out the Paranoia to make sure they buy time. Then they can refill the gaps here near Boba. You still have the Cypher utility online on B. Just leave the Gecko to watch for A. I mean, this is good. Sentinels, I don't know if they're going to be aware that the entire team is already here on B side for Paper X.
Quick check there at top mid to see if there's anybody looking forward from the side of Sentinels. At 0 point, doesn't find anything. Blindhammer goes across. Forsaken's going to be finding Saucy. Now Jing getting the pick up there on John Cutie. Mike dead. 10's putting that recovered ghost to good use. Comes up with an elimination as Zelsis with the classic finds himself a third. Now we're into a 1v1. Something well aware of his position. Has the wingman, has the Dizzy.
Yeah, something just has to wait, right? You hear the spike plan, you can even throw out both of your utilities to make sure Zelsis can't react. Zelsis surely aware of this.
He's playing forward. Running out of time, though. Zelsis is going to have to try to commit to this one. Wraps around the backside of the pillar, taps it, trying to see where the approach is going to be coming through. Dizzy goes out, does manage to get the blind. 3 seconds remaining. There's that. Oh! Zelsis snaps onto something's head, picks up a 4th kill, and a 4th round for Sentinels. What a hero play.
You have to feel for something, because I assume in his head, he threw out the Dizzy, it hits, and he's not sure if Zelsis then decides to get off the plant and swing out, so he doesn't bring out Little Bro for the stun. But Zelsis, after all that time passes after the flash, he's like, you have to be wrapping around. You're still not swinging. Oh, he hears him at the last second as well.
What a reaction. 14 HP, the difference between round 1 and round lost. But Sentinels, they pick up the W, and that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, Vandal here for second as well. Heavy investment. They want to be able to catch right back up.
10 for the Guardian, finding Jing. Spam through just over the heads here of Forsaken, who's trying to push forward, but 10's giving it close range. Still going to be good for it. Can even take the Sheriff if he wants. Dizzy will find one, or trying to be snatched up here by something who wants to get that Thrash online, but Saucy playing close by, able to get the punish.
Well, that about wraps up the round itself. It's just a matter of can Paper X do a bit more damage. Obviously, something eventually did get that ult orb on A main, so they got one piece of advantage. Looks like they're just going to make sure they stay doubled up, and at that point, probably try to die to the spike.
Yeah. Nades in the corner. See if they can clear out any drop wires. Cam now going to be destroyed as well. Trying to get the buy. Likely to just get in a position where they can sacrifice to the spike. Not give any additional kills over, because I mean, Zelsis again getting that plant, getting that 4K in that first pistol round of the half. He's only 2 off.
Exactly.
Having that Rolling Thunder.
That's why he's going to push out. You have to. I mean, you only have the Stinger anyway. He gets one and dies. Rolling Thunder's online.
And yep, for the bonus, he will have it. Mindfreak with 2 nice kills. Let's get a little bit of extra punish here. The larger weapons, though, still going to be very much held from the side of Sentinels, though. So not going to be feeling too rough around the edges when it comes down to that economic impact.
Yeah, with the Rolling Thunder on the bonus, that is huge. I mean,
shades of stacks right there.
They can really just barrel through a site. Oh man, that's crisp as always.
Fantastic shutdown.
Now here's the crazier part, is that if Sentinels predicts that Paper X is just going to bail because of the Rolling Thunder, they can even just try to creep into a site and then use it against a retake. I mean, lots of options here.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be the preferred strategy here for them if they can get that space. And right now it is being given up. Paper X pulling very far back. Like Jing wanting to recontest, but has to back away as the Rolling Thunder does go crashing across. Paint shells into the corner to try to disrupt him. John Cutie catches Forsaken, trying to rush out of the smoke. Freaks counter spraying back through. Will be able to equalize there. 1 for 1 going to be found. Now Mindfreak gone. Brings Sentinels back into an advantage as the spike gets planted here on A.
Sentinels still pretty decent position. They can always wrap around back to elbow. Paper X just has too many angles to clear. And not enough members to do it.
Something needs to land this opening shot, but this flash timing works against him just a little bit there. Ends up falling down. Jing with 1. We'll find Sasuke. There's still so much work to be done, and they know exactly where both players are from Paper Rex. So second, swinging around over the top mid, trying to, or A-Link I should say, trying to get this catch, but then just backs away. Seems like they will just go their separate ways. Allow these 2 players to carry their weapons forward, but Sentinels not really going to be concerned about that one. They're more concerned about getting that 6th round.
I love the idea from Sentinels to go for the hunt initially, though. This is their bonus, so if you can try to get a couple of those extra ult points, a couple extra creds, and then shut down the economy of Paper X wouldn't have been bad. But once you realize it's going to be too far of a stretch, both teams just going their conservative ways. And Sentinels, they're starting to catch up.
That they are. Only 3 rounds now separating. As very similar to Paper. I mean, we saw Paper X pick up 4 consecutively before Sentinels were able to find one. Sentinels very much on that same track. Paper X still a world away from having that showstopper, from having that null command. Something still off the Thrash by 2 charges.
Cover going on.
Only that from the shadows available at the moment here from Mindfreak.
Oh, and that should open up the ult door for the Nightfall here as well for Sentinels. Saucy, if he picks that up, that's another free hit onto the A side. Paper X, they got to be aware of the possibility.
Decently split apart here. Something would have to rotate back through the link, though. Try to avoid it.
You have the trap wires on site. I mean, I think you can try to hold some further angles, rely on the traps here.
Ooh. Maybe spotting
Cage triggered.
Jing there for just a brief little moment. Mark it as Mind Freak should have been spotted there on that jiggle. Has to try to back away. TP up onto the top 10s again, trying to go for the box play. Ends up falling. Something good for the kill, but second pushing forward into the smoke. Finds Mind Freak to trade it back. Man stunned. Should have run across. Faces him up for just a little moment there. The pop flash out of the smoke. John Cutie, however, counter swings back. Catches Forsaken, but Devi gets him. Now it's all on Celsius, and this time he won't be able to get it done.
Yeah, but a lot of weapons dropped once again for Paper X, so they are constantly on their back foot. Sentinels, they'll be able to buy right back up. Just a Nightfall being invested in terms of heavy investment. And something, just heads up play, trying to hold a bit of an off angle.
That's like a cat.
Wow.
He likes elevation, it would seem. Just, if there's something high up, he needs to climb it. Just go for his perch.
Yeah, you just can't resist it.
I have the TP on top of this. It's like a glass bottle on top of the box and he knocks off.
Yeah. If he fits, he sits.
Breaking the win streak here. Paper X get themselves to double digits, but as you were saying, economically, Sentinel's still in a very strong spot overall. Thrash going to be coming through. Blinded up and dives forward. It's not going to be finding too much. Forsaken eating quite a bit of damage to the box. Just wanted to get that fragment through, but doesn't really buy them much space.
Yeah, Sentinels can back off of this. I mean, they took out the Paranoia and the Thrash. They scratched up Forsaken a ton. A lot of value earned, and you already have mid control from John Cutie.
Cut across, Jing, catching Saucy there. Cutie is lurking forward, sends up the Cyber Cage, Boombot. Not going to be finding much. Team Shell's actually getting clipped onto the corner there of the wall. Not going to be bouncing where he wanted it. Either way, to lurk forward here. John Cutie getting himself situated in market. Trying to go for a backstab through Boba potentially.
One way.
One way is set up, and Jing, even though the flash comes in, saw just enough intent to be able to get that elimination first and foremost, and now John Cutie going to be spotted. Pinged out, pushes on the corner, Devi ready for it, takes him down, continues to swing out, continues to challenge, but this time will pay the iron price, but so too will Zelsis, as there's just too many players waiting for him. It's all on second!
Oh,
and he gets 3!
3 seconds left.
Forsaken a world away.
This is why you
And
do
at
your aim
46
training.
HP, and yeah, second has brought this one back from the brink. 20 seconds remaining. Doesn't know where he's at. Bounces his way forward. Wraps around. Where does he decide to plant? Quick tap. He's planting in the open. If Forsaken swings the corner now, he will be able to spot him. Sees him and gets the headshot. 6 health remaining for Forsaken. Second, the world on his shoulders, and he crumbles at the very last moment. What a play from him, though, to keep them in this round.
A highlight of the match for sure from second, but it just was not enough. A darn shame for Sentinels, because it would have paved the way for the comeback.
Absolutely unreal spray down. But it all started there with Jing getting that catch onto Saucy. And that one-way setup from Devi. Just he and Jing playing around it so beautifully.
Yeah, really good adjustments from second.
And all he said was, nice. That's all his teammates give him in that one.
Yeah, just
you don't want to distract. You don't want to distract. You want to keep him, focused in on it, but I'd be losing my mind. But that will be a second timeout now called here from Sentinels. Even with the initial run back on the half, Alex very much kind of comfortable to just sit back and wait for these to pop up. Let them make these adjustments on their own, it would seem.
Yeah, I think if you're Paper X, you're looking at the movement from your players and you're happy with it, right? Even though you're losing a couple of rounds, their adjustments have been good. They realize what areas of the map are empty. They realize how they need to cover it up. Jing's movement, very quick with the blast packs as always. Omen even using that from the shadows this past round to make sure they fill in the B site. So the pressure continues to be on Sentinels, who has 5 rounds to try to catch up here. 6-11 score gap. Zelsis trying to bring the vibes back up for the team.
See if he can, though. He's now at 11. The run back is quite difficult here for Sentinels, but they got 2 pretty big ultimates here, but they're matched on the opposite side.
The showstopper is going to come out from mid for Jing. It looks like the Paranoia primed as well.
Right now,
to the tiles.
That's decent for Sentinels, given that they are split away from mid. No one playing over towards courtyard whatsoever. So if this is just going to be a rush showstopper play, which it is, it's not going to be able to find too much of anything. Just sends it widely. Maybe going wide. Chat says Rosa is second as well. Now rushing forward, waiting for a target. Do they read the demise in the smoke? He pushes out. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Saucy taken out. Showstopper does find its mark.
All right, well, that kill buys enough time so they don't have to give up Boba on the side of Paper Rex. They're able to pinch back onto the site, and Zelsis, he's trying to create another opportunity as he's already flanking mid.
A little bit of that late fragment. 10's only going to be chipped down to 77. John Cutie forced out into the open because of that molly, but still comes away with a kill on the something.
Zelsis all the way up to Boba, going for the wild card play.
Plays out here for them. Because right now, 10's and Zekin trying to hold down the front lines. They're so damn weak. Zekin going to be taken down now. 10's flushed out, and it's all on Zelsis' shoulders, but Mindfreak will find him. And the timeout is not going to result in a round win. It's going to be Paper X now moving up to map point.
Zelsis had a master plan, but Mindfreak was just one step ahead of him. The entire team of Paper X, they had no intention of trying to stick that defuse. They wanted to bait out where that flank might be coming from. They knew it was either coming from Market, and then he realized with that time, maybe it's coming all the way from Boba.
Excellently done. I mean, he ends up dying, but still critical picks coming through there. Just getting rid of that fade, getting rid of Saucy.
One enemy remaining.
All down on this one, but yeah, Mindfreak with the read. A great catch. Now brings Paper X just one round away, pushing us all the way to Haven.
Oh, and the read is here again from Paper X. They are stacked to pinch on to an A push. Mindfreak
guns them down. 2 quick kills can be found. Now sends out the Paranoia to back away safely. And already it seems like the round and the map should be done. 3 players left. Zelsis in desperate need of his ultimate. Needs 2 kills for it, but it's going to be John Cutie coming up huge. Something, however, answers back. Saucy Zelsis now on the ground. John Cutie, the last man standing. 1v1. Something wrapping back around through mid.
Last player standing.
His way up top. Forsaken will bleed out. And John Cutie,
You forget.
the new IGL for Sentinels, comes up huge to extend the map. Bringing that one back to the brink with a 4K.
All right, where's that timeout, Alex? I think we got to calm the boys down just a little bit after that past one. That desk is not safe for that.
He'll call it at 10. 12 to 10, that's when he'll call it.
Wow, I mean, great call from Paper X at the start of the round. They just overheat. They think it's going to be an easy clear. And John Cutie, it looked like we were in an ice ultimate for a brief moment there between John Cutie and
I mean, that was
something.
that was like 30% of his kills in just that one round right there. Just an enormous round from him, picking up 4.
Shadows
Traps him in this one. Prowler out, not finding too much of anything. Second, be able to spot that one. Oh, he spots the corner of Jing there, but Jing able to find the elimination. A 1-for-1 so far. Something does get taken down. Jing now retreating back into Boba. Rolling Thunder pushing them away. Fragments out, flash on the corner. Demise swinging, finds him, catching Saucy during the plant. 10's going to be taken down. John Cutie and Zelsis, the last one standing. Guardian strafing, not going to be able to find the shot. Neural Theft reveals their position. John Cutie caught off guard. There's the cleanup coming through. Extended by an additional round, but then Paper X, they put their feet down. They say absolutely no more. We want to go to Haven, and they shall.
Man, all those fans that were thinking that Paper X is just trolling around on the first map, boy, do you look silly, because this is just Paper X, right? They'll throw out their own ideas, they'll try it out, and if it doesn't work, they hit back harder on the next map. Coming with a, you know, I would say bit more traditional, obviously Gecko not so much, but the overall idea here is a comp that had some strong theory on Sunset. Something played the Gecko very well, but a big part of this was Jing.
A big part of it was Jing, but also Mindfreak. And I mean, I don't want to read too heavily into this one, but when people start playing with cables, that often means a substitution.
Oh.
Does this mean we get Moniette coming in on Haven to play smokes with Jing still in the roster?
Man, that's an interesting idea, just because Jing, that was probably the one part about Jing being on the roster that was weak, was Haven, right? Because you're like, well, do we play double duelist with the Raze? Do we play the Reyna again? You never really had a clear answer. Curious to see how that pans out.
I'm curious to see how this goes and whether or not I am going to be misreading the situation, but either way, our third map, this is what we wanted and this was what we shall be delivered. series certainly not disappointing. 13-7 scorelines in both maps, with each team picking up 1 win apiece. Now coming down to the wire for a map 3 to settle it all and see who's going to be staying in the upper bracket in Group A.
And I don't want to get too ahead of myself either, but just looking at both Paper Rice and Sentinels, already so much hype building up for 2024 VCT as well, right? Both of these teams partnered in their respective leagues and showing up strong here in the offseason, looking like they're continuing to look to improve and innovate for the upcoming metas. These are some good signs here for Valorant esports around the world.
Oh, absolutely, and there's plenty more signs to be witnessed throughout this 6-day stretch of tournament that we do have. Because I mean, even after this one, we've got DRX going up against Full Sense, so the action is going to be absolutely stacked. But as we can see here, it seems like it's just another one of those occasions where you just win on your opponent's map pick.
Yeah, Paper Rice just looking stronger across the board here, other than the clutch is coming in. The clutch gene still online for Sentinels, but that only got them up to 7. We'll be able to take that defeat and go all the way to a 3rd map here on Haven.
Well, Jing back on the stage and back in the spotlight. 22-12, 295 ACS, and 4 first kills.
Can I just say, John Cutie, it's got to be that round where he got the 4 kills, the second to last round of the map here. That's what brought his ACS up, because how are you topping the ACS of a 1915 Zeus' Breach that also clutched around?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, sometimes the maps just do be like that. Either way, though, we are in for a treat. On map 3 here in our opening series of the AVL between Sentinels, between Paper Rex. Haven is going to be coming up after this break, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You clearly do not want to miss any of the action. Out to go for a very aggressive push up. Tens trying to exit, cannot. Gonna look to try to get rid of that gun, and he will. Position, Afreeca pushing forward. Cutie dropping fully committed to, though, here from the side of Sentinels. We still see Celsius lingering as Tens comes up with 2 huge kills. Oh, but Afreeca survives. Now looks for the TP up, but the buy! Getting the spot out. Molly, Tens, he kicked. Another tap. Time's dwindling. Spots one, swings, gets him, the stick coming through. Tens just gonna be holding this one, but Mindfreak left to do there, other than to try to just stick it. Sees, does get fouled, but Jing out to the open, as does the paint shell. A deadly combination as Jing rushes, one standing.
Oh, the time?
Does push them off, he's not planting, and Celsius gets dead. Tens putting that recovered ghost to good use, comes up with elimination as Celsius Price, but so too will Celsius. There's just too many players waiting for him. It's all in second!
Oh, second! 1, 2, and 8 push, Mindfreak!
Cut!
As I march through the valley of the blood, sweat, and tears.
And we are back and going into map 3 of our first series here at APL. We've got Paper Rex rallying back in a big way, taking Sunset. Sentinels map pick in 13-7 fashion. And now it will all be settled on Haven.
Yeah, the question remains for both teams, quite frankly, what do the roles look like, right? Even on Sunset, Sentinels going with a bit of a switch up there, 10s off of the breach, and it doesn't pay off. I mean, overall, still great mechanical play from all the players, but team-wise, Paper Rex just one step ahead, and look who it is.
My Sherlock Holmes levels of deduction were correct. Moniet subbing in for Mindfreak. We saw him packing up his equipment. So now this raises even more questions for us. Because obviously this is something that can be done for this tournament and this tournament only.
Sure.
After this point, we're not going to be able to see it because Jink will unfortunately be going over into the military and will not be available for play. So this substitution, what have Paper Rex cooked up for Haven?
It's a curious question, right? Okay, so you have Divine and Forsaken who can both play the Sentinel, sure. I mean, whether it's Cypher or Killjoy, yeah, there are some options there. But in the past, you know, even before something, Haven used to be their weak spot because they always had to play the Jet Reyna. They sometimes would try the Jet Raze, but otherwise they would just say, okay, Jing, go on Reyna, go forward and kill. And if they were able to cause enough chaos, they would get the win. But overall, it just was not happening consistently enough. Whoa, that's a big stare down from Second. So I'm curious. I'm very curious on what the roles look like because I can't see Jing playing anything other than Razor Reyna on this map.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like for the Sentinel side, this is going to be a bit more predictive. We can kind of anticipate what they're going to do, whether it's the KJ or the Cypher when it comes down to that Sentinel position. That's still up in the air, but Zelsis just showed us a very strong performance on that breach, on Sunset. We can anticipate that that's going to be coming through again, as I love them hamming it up for this one. Second, unwavering in his stare, dialed in, ready to go. And we can probably anticipate that we'll be seeing him back on the Jet.
Yeah, you got to imagine still going as that primary duelist here for Sentinels. And if you're going to have that one duelist, it's got to be the Jet on Haven. Just so much you can do. And also just great way to break those angles on those entries, the narrow points of Haven that we're also used to after all the years.
Here we are. Let's see, the moment of truth is Jing is playing Reyna.
It's back.
It's not on the Raze, but it's a double duelist setup here for Paper Rex. Forsaken going back over onto the Killjoy that we saw so much of throughout the last season. Defy on Sova, but yeah, for Sentinels, a bit more stock standard. John Cutie is going to be going for that Cypher without the KO on the opposite side. Again, could have an immense amount of impact when it comes down to holding down whichever site he's a part of. And Sasi also gets back to maximum comfort.
Yeah, that Silva coming back is going to be huge. So comp-wise, you got to raise the hand of Sentinels here. Paper Rex, I mean, they've tried this time and time again and just was never consistent enough. Yeah, they used to have a decent win rate just because they would stomp all over their opponents with their aim, especially back, you know, before we were in the partnered leagues. They were going over to their regional leagues before that. But in today's day and age, I don't know how this is going to work out. I mean, it's not even with the Sky, right? So you can't go for the double flashes with the Leer. This is all just up to Jing and something to go out and frag.
I mean, it's without the Sky, it's without the Harbor, which was one of the big enabling factors when it came down to them playing it, especially on Ascent as well as Bind. So that big util, those waves, the way that they love to just cut the map into slices, into segments, they're not going to be able to do that nearly as easily with this one. So we're looking for high impact from Jing. Needs to be on point, as does something. As we go ahead and dive into map number 3, see who is going to be keeping themselves in the upper bracket of Group A. Is it Sentinels? Is it Paper Rex? Let's find out.
Now with Sentinels starting on defense, the other thing you got to consider is who's going to break those trap wires once again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're really just relying on those shock darts, or you're hoping that Forsaken flies over and makes the call and someone else is going to be able to break it for them. But this composition with the Jet Reyna, they rely on just piling through. So most ideally, they're going to try to always avoid the Cypher site.
Somewhat surprisingly, we're not seeing really any purchases other than the half armor coming through here from Paper Rex. So no ghosts, just going to be that frenzy on Jing. Everybody else going to be having classics. It's a very heavy stack here in window. Celsius ready, backside of B, fault line prepped. First bit of information from Saucy on this jiggle ping. Likely will be sent, but that's going to be a headshot coming across there from something. They get forced back, smoke going to be drawn out from Tens as well. So they start pushing their way up. There's a trap wire, ends up getting cleared. Something now dash available, pushes his way forward here onto the side. Tens lurking within the cyber cage, but a little bit of damage there from that shock dart. He's not ready for something to push forward. He now manages to find two. John Cutie lurking in the back, finds one back cut. Ends up falling as Jing will be able to collect two with a frenzy. Second now, everything to do. Pushing onto the corner, tries to get the catch, but Jing says no. Picks up 3 on the Reyna here in the pistol round. But Paper Rex will now take the lead both in this map and also in pistols 1, 3-2 across the series.
You know, one thing always holds true for Reyna. If they start fragging out, the comp looks like a genius. So we'll just have to wait and see. Get that Empress online early, and then you can just wreak havoc against Sentinels. But the idea was there. The half armors, rush B. If you get stopped, just swivel right to C.
I'm sorry. I didn't even see the Saucy kill.
Oh, yeah.
He jumped into the smoke, killed Tens. I get that one. And Saucy just died.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
The dice have been rolled.
Oh, there's the stack. The fault line not going to connect. And Jing will just mow them down for 2. And Manya gets the knife on the Saucy as well.
APAC lives on here at the AVL.
Well, shout out to Team Secret. They might not be in the tournament, but the spirit lives on.
Oh, you love to see it. Monette knows how to have fun.
Tondo Gaming making its appearance. The quick kill into the dismiss. And I mean, you know, it's a gamble stack here from the side of Sentinels. Don't mind it going into this eco round, but can't get a single weapon out of their hands. Everything retained here. Now we'll see how they fare. So far, just 1 kill found from Sentinels collectively.
Yeah, that forces them under the half armors as well, just so they can buy again after this round should they lose their weapons. And that's not what you want to see against a potential Reyna, right? That just gives them more opportunities to frag out. Jing only 1 point away from that Empress, something very close to his Bladestorm as well.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade.
Okay,
out.
so the theory still lives on with the Killjoy, the Nano Swarms being used to clear.
It's not spot second.
That's more than you bargained for.
Manya, Guardian putting it to good use, gets the headshot. John Cutie going to be taken down as Jing, thinking better about pushing up into the window. Backs away. Manya not quite spotted, but no, actually looks like Celsius did spot a frame out of order. Gets some decent damage across. And Forsaken both going to be low HP here on the site. Spike is now planted, time working against Sentinels. Paranoia crashing across, counter one coming through here from Monette, slows them up. Second still into a forward position, Tens once again up on top of a box. As is his natural positioning now. Celsius will be able to find something, gets himself a second kill to buy. Eliminated, swing onto the corner, Jing comes away with a kill, takes it to Smith, doesn't have the heal, but still a just to finish off Saucy. Bonus converted, Paper X start off Haven 3-0.
Paper X just flooding the site after, you know, on the post plant because they have that Spectre on Jing. They're just looking to ping pong back and forth around the boxes. They don't even hold on to back site control. They just leave it open. But the Paranoia is so good, it holds enough time. And here, I mean, John Cutie just had no idea there were more than 1, if not 2.
Not much to be done there. I mean, Celsius doing his damnedest to try to bring this one back on the brink, but Jing, doesn't matter that it's a Spectre. Just the dink into the body shots on the Saucy, finishing him off. Start up over the top, something now with the attack operator in hand.
Yeah, this might be a bit of an... Oh, never mind. Take that back. Never doubt him.
Yep, such a narrow little window to work with, but without armor, he's absolutely destroyed with the wall bang. Celsius gone. Just clear that close cubby. Now they start to push up. Something continues to wait. See if he can spot anybody who's trying to go for a forward position in sewer, but as we can see, Zekin, he's got his eyes on it, but he's not looking to really try to take this space for himself.
Yeah, Paper X, yeah, they weren't actually interested in piling through. They just wanted to force to rotate over, knowing that Sentinels is on an eco, knowing that they have to go for a stack. I don't know if you expect Forsaken to be this far up forward.
Perfect accuracy.
Snappy with it.
Oh, and then they swing back to A. I mean, Paper X are kind of toying with their food here. Uh-oh, whoa.
For the kill. Okay, with the double swing out, John Cutie will be able to help finish the kill, and that gun can be recovered. No one there to watch for this one, but now the A site is going to be blown wide open. So that Vandal needs to be put to good use. And Zekin, ideally, wants to find some form of value here before getting taken out. And then he's only got 20 HP. Hams to the smoke. Saucy as well now, whittle away at. That's the value I'm talking about. Second does manage to find one, so at least picks up a kill, giving his teammates an opportunity, but smoke dissipates. Saucy will fall to the op shot. Moniette has the cleanup. 4-0. PaperX off to a roaring start.
An attacker's operators paying off. We don't see that too often, especially this early on in the round, but something makes it work. And this does slow PaperX down quite a bit the longer they hold on to it. Of course, they have the Blade Storm for this round, but if he's always able to get that first pick, and sometimes if it's a Cypher, that just absolutely makes the site free.
Yeah. I mean, the Cypher, the breach, everything, that's all your slow util coming through to try to stop those attacks from coming in. The drop down, I mean, Second even eating the fall damage just to be able to get out there and find that elimination. A bold choice, but comes away with it, but unfortunately not enough for Sentinels to find themselves around win quite just yet.
So Sentinels, they don't want to be shaken up by early movement too much anymore, so they're going to hold on to that Sewers control. However, that's both their initiators being held on there, so no slows, no info, rest of the map.
Tends with a little bit more of an off position. Back wall here at backside is not spotted by the approach. Also doesn't see how far forward they're pushing. Second with an open zone, however, does find an opening kill. Jing pushing up into garage, taken out.
Careful.
I wonder if PaperX, you just try to creep in here after the smokes go off.
Easy attack, the push forward.
Not spotted.
Okay, yep, big reveal there. Paranoia send out the 10s, catching on to multiple players. There's the reveal, the swing onto the corner. John Cutie able to interrupt the plan. Devi gonna be taken down. Now the spike, completely stranded. Forsaken with turn spray fire. Does find Second, however. And he reads that there's gonna be someone in the corner, but he cannot get the kill in 10s. He'll be able to capitalize. Forsaken gone.
One enemy remaining.
The push to try and work this one team to their favor. Cam comes out, it doesn't see him. Tries to tag him through the smoke and does not. Push up.
No!
Shorty gets the kill, but he cannot survive. 10s up on top, mid-sight. We'll be able to finish him off. Up is going to be recovered, and Sentinels get themselves a round win.
The huge kill from Zekin on C through garage shuts things down, really forces the rest of PaperX to go into B because they had no information on A. So PaperX are going to have to find an adjustment on this early smoke on A lobby, right? That just shut them down from taking any control. A good Paranoia coming in from 10 shuts down the approach on B.
Right before he could have disappeared into the smoke. Gets the catch. You don't want to give something any opportunity whatsoever.
Scanning ahead.
Still does have the knives, but given the cash, how abundant it is here for PaperX, we'll just be carrying forward that Vandal and save the ult for a rainy day. Empress online here for Jing. Decides to pop that.
Utility at the ready here for Zelsis, but he may be overextending just a bit. He's already sitting quite wide. Thinks they might be popping off in the smoke.
He doesn't have the read necessarily that he's already that far forward, but now we'll just be forced to back off as the flood starts coming in. Jing swinging onto the corner, finds one, finds two. Zelsis taken down, goes for the heal, wants to try to get overhealed. Tens will be able to find one before getting eliminated by that Nano Swarm for Forsaken. Something out of the fray, but it's all on Second and John Cutie, and given that he has the operator, trying to play for this retake, it's certainly impossible now. Second will just have to back away.
Gotta save that up, but you know, seeing the cred situation here for a couple members, I think PaperX are gonna go for the hunt.
Oh, they absolutely are. Moniette spotting, gets the note.
Oh, he's gotta run.
Dashes away, breaks line of sight. How deep do they want to pursue? Jing already wrapping his way through the B site, and they get the catch. This would be absolutely huge for PaperX if they can find him.
Forsaken making noise, so is Jing, just trying to disrupt him.
Drops down into the
Jump
corner.
and drop.
Second aware of it,
Oh,
misses
no.
the shot, throws it the classic, gets the headshot, but so too will Jing with the Vandal. Gets the kill, gets the op, and that'll go right back into something's hands, and now Sentinels very much forced to call a timeout.
I can't believe they bring that op back. You just decided not to buy one up again. You're like, well, if it's free, I will take it, actually. So, okay, attacker's off.
I mean,
Back in the hands of PaperX.
people like free stuff.
You can't just take everything given to you, okay, Achilles? Sometimes it's not good for you.
Yeah. Well, this is not good for Sentinels.
Definitely not.
The singular round picked up, so they'll end up really slow things down now. Get themselves back into a decent position.
Though I will say, again, looking at the team composition, they don't need too many rounds here in the first half, right? The defense is much tougher for Paper Rex. They're always going to have to push out. They're always going to have to force the duels. You can kind of just sit and wait for them. However, you do want, more than 4, right? Probably 4 or 5. Yeah.
Let's start with more than 1. How about that? That's the first step.
Yes.
And that's what they're looking to that's what they're looking to achieve off the back of this timeout. And we'll be going into a bit of a rough round when it comes down to what they can piece together. We'll see what kind of weapons they can get. Widely, they should be able to have some weapons here, maybe another AWP scraped together.
Yeah, if they're going for all the half armors, I believe that should be possible, and they've been planning for that with the half armors through and through. So hopefully it pays off in the long run. But the big question is we talked about this during the break, actually, you and me, the difference between Killjoy and Cypher, and it's just Cypher, he shines best on Haven when you're doubling down on a site and just making it impenetrable with your trap wires. However, that does mean you have to still be kind of spread thin across the rest of the map. And we're seeing that once again for Sentinels. They go all in on a C defense to Cypher.
The other thing is that lockdown can be good, locking down a site, I should say. But only if they're really pushing into your site. Second with a very nice opening kill, however, will get rid of the buy. Caught on the cross. Second now, just trying to get himself out. The safety will be able to do so, but Monyet, himself situated here in heaven. Do they read this?
Yeah, but all this chaos has given so much room for Forsaken.
He's down in second, has his eyes trained on heaven. Does find it. Like you say, Forsaken does buy himself a good amount of space. Swung around the back of C site. Looking to see if somebody's going to go lurking forward out of that position, but now he's got to be worried about that defender spawn as the double approach comes through. Flash turns from it. Now his eyes are trained.
You have
John
no
Cutie,
idea.
oh no. There it is, the 1-2 punch, Jake does very much the same. Back over in a link. The patient play from Forsaken. Absolutely gorgeous. Shades of CGRS on Pearl versus NRG. Lurks all the way into the back towards the defender spawn. Picks up 2.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot because you had garage control. C traps weren't broken yet. I mean, it seems obvious to us because we saw the path Forsaken took all the way through, but you don't imagine that he's sitting in C site.
1 here, 2 here.
Oh, the calls come out, and it's just double, and Jing seals the deal with a double of his own. And then they bring up the tempo. They know Sentinels are weak. Even if the trap wires are here, they just don't care at all.
They do not. Lockdown at the ready. It's a plant relatively for free, just a full disconnect here. Sentinel unable to play forward, given the weaponry, but Zekin knives out, doesn't find 1. Monyet not going to be taken down. Hunter's Fury opened up. On the hunt here is Sasi, but not able to find any connections. The back away, the Rolling Thunder crashing across. The buy going to be caught by that one into the right corner. Now the defuse.
They haven't heard
held
it.
to have. Swing back out, Cells is gone. John Cutie going to be mowed down. Second, needs to do so much work. Dashes back into the cubby. Sasi will be able to find 2. Knives expiring, Forsaken finding 1, but the defuse is going to be held. He cannot stop it. And our first thrifty of the AVL will come through as Sentinels get themselves a second round win.
It costs so much, though, right? I mean, you use 3 ultimates just to take back the round. Sure, the Hunter's Fury being used as a counter to that lockdown, but then you have to use the Rolling Thunder just to make sure you can mask the first half of the defuse and try to stick it with enough time on the stun. Yeah, it gets you the round win, but it doesn't really clear up the problem that you've had all through and through, is that when Paper Rex start to take a main control, how do you stop them at this part of the map?
Deploying good for them to go ahead and finish that one out, like you said. Very costly. Fury would have loved to have some additional tags in there. Sasha doing his job, getting rid of the lockdown the previous round. Divine out with one of his own.
Oh,
see when he decides to commit that one.
Yeah, he knows, he knows.
They'll never expect him to not be on top of the box.
Oh, there you go. He's always had that eagerness. Oh man, the timings from each other as well. Just the game sense.
See each other by just a moment. Forsaken looking forward. Hunter's Fury opening up something. Taken down by Second with the operator. Jing pushing forward. The Lear goes out, spots a brief little bit there of Sasi, but cannot take him down. Ends up falling. Monyet pushing forward, finds 1. Paranoia goes across. Shock dart up into heaven. Would have killed Second if he could have gotten the connection. Have to play very safe. The neural theft does come through.
Spike
oh,
planted.
tense.
The TP in the back, but he takes a shot, so now Monyet aware of it. Oh my goodness.
If Manya can just stay alive, I mean, Devi should have an opportunity, but Devi just wants to hide himself all the way to the end. They're going to play for time.
Just rethinks them. They know that two players are going to be very weak. John Cutie, the only one with full HP at the moment. Now second, going to be finished off. Tens up on top of the box.
Oh my God.
Manya finds the kill. John Cutie will not be able to get the transfer. Devi pushes forward, finishes the job, and Paper X move up 7-2.
Monyet knows that they can't afford to take the risk of just creeping into the smoke. So if he's hiding in the smoke, they just have to leave him alone. He leaves that gap to make them think they cleared out that entire corner, but he hides at an angle where he's just able to stay alive. Forsaken, of course, a good pick on Zelsis that eventually leaves him open to tens, but this is just Monyet with the Mind Games device swings out after that to mask Monyet's presence. And that leaves tens open as well.
Well, it just doesn't look pretty. People buying down to around 1,800 here on the side of Sentinels, but it's very disjointed. Two Sheriffs, Bulldog, a Vandal, and then a Classic. Tens, however, speaking of Sheriff, puts a good use in second. Forward push out, will find something. So this is a fantastic start here for the side of Sentinels. It's something that they desperately need. Swinging around the back, second still on the hunt.
Just on his own, though.
Taken dead back over on the side. Ding pushing forward, not ready for it. That leaves just Devi. Tens is low. Saucy, not far away. Push out, ooh, snappy. Saw just enough of them. And now knows that there's gonna be one playing over towards short side. Second on the jiggle peaks. Untouched by that.
Well, here comes the pinch. Devi just trying to isolate these 1v1s, but this is impossible.
Yeah, just over the head of second, cannot get the kill. Only one player lost. Sentinels fighting back. Still so much money in the coffers of Paper X, however.
Yeah, but for Sentinels, I think if you get one more round, you're okay. You're okay looking at the overall map. You should feel like you can climb back, but
I'm just fighting mid.
3 points is always still kind of that weird
Nice.
weird line there.
Nice, boys, let's go, come on. Let's get 5.
A chance for them, as he says, let's get 5. A chance for them to do just that. The full weaponry on both sides.
Revealing area.
Heavy presence over here towards A. Dart goes out, something makes it across with the gun barrel. He is going to be spotted. Second now starting to push up, sends out some spray, and something swings right into it. Head going to be spotted. The dash back. Second, finding another sus with the covering fire, takes out the buy. Now Forsaken going to be gone, and suddenly it is just Jing forced out into the open. The Lyric buys him some space, but as he swings back, avoiding the flashpoint, Zelsis will put a bullet through his face, and that is going to be 4 now locked in for Sentinels.
Okay, so Sentinels say, you know what, the best way to stop them at A lobby is just to fight them at A lobby, right? Just keep C locked down with the Cypher utility, meet them where they want to fight. And that's how they're able to stop that round, and now Sentinels trying to get a read on what the adjustment is from Paper X. Just an early push out from second. I think something had no idea that he had already been spotted on the jump there.
Fantastic setup there. Huge round to win. Still the cash, though, going into this last round. Only going to be Devi, who has a bit weaker util here. Stinger in hand for him.
Yeah, something has the Blade Storm, so I'm curious that they didn't go for that weapon swap, but it'll stick for now.
Versus here. As is that from the shadows. Just the knives for Zekin, which is a good backup to the operator in case they start really encroaching on his position. Swing out. No, he's going to be found. Couldn't put the Cloudburst down. Couldn't get out fast enough. Jing with a huge punish.
Oh, and the ult all the way into spawn just so you can cover both sides. Can go for the flank as well. I mean, A site already somewhat cleared by Forsaken.
Monyet's looking away. He gets the catch on the one. TP up into the stairs, but he's getting encroached upon here from behind. Push out Forsaken, looking for tens, the opposite hand, and he's not going to be able to use it. Monyet now taken down, but he should have identified the location of the last 2 players, and he has. Forsaken will turn, he will get the kills, and Paper X will lock in an 8-4 half.
Paper X and all over Sentinels with their classic Reyna comp here on Haven on the attack side. Now the big question is do they continue to push out on defense? Because if you don't really have any information, right? I mean, sure, you can hold down Garage and C with Killjoy, and you have the Sova, but you got to take space off of the Sova. And until that operator comes online, it's got to be the Reyna that helps push out.
Continuously good lurks here from the side of Monyet. In that catch, getting information. The cleanup comes through. Second getting taken down over on the B site right off the rip. That really unraveled things for Sentinels. Need that operator to just be able to maintain that line. Now plenty to talk about here for both sides as we go into this halftime. said, it doesn't take that much necessarily when you're starting off on the defense, especially when there's a Reyna getting ready to play defender's side on the opposite team.
Yeah, knowing Paper X's style, knowing that it's Reyna, I think Sentinels, their biggest weakness is going to be the fact that they're going to want to play a bit scared at the beginning of each round, right? They're going to want to wait to see if the push out comes and then try to counter it with, you know, something like the fault line or the paranoia. Now, Paper X, if they've, you know, finally adjusted from how they used to play this comp, the ideal way would be, you know, force that util out and then just back off. Because if they don't have that util, they also can't go for a clean site execute, and then you can just reset until the cooldown comes back, pressure it again. We'll have to see if that adjustment comes through, or do they just rely on Jingo kill as they always have done with this composition?
That seems very likely.
I mean, he's in good form today.
Yeah.
He is in good form today.
You know, it's a change up on the composition, but the game plan widely stays the same. He said, you know, being prepared for any of these round-around adjustments. That's what we need to see out of Sentinels, because like you said, likely going to be expecting some of those, that early aggression coming through.
Oh, this fan came prepared. They were ready with the camera. Take the shot as soon as you're up on the big screen. I love it. And then, I don't know about that wish for Zelsis. I don't know how many of us actually want to see that on stage, the please twerk.
It's content. I guess that's all we can say. Now, Monyet, widely going to be the one anchoring over here at C. Doesn't actually block off at C long access, just sends the smoke so that he can rotate between backside and back plat. Sends up another one. Wants to try to push forward. Forsaken now joining him here in the smoke, but the smoke's expended. No push up coming through as something got himself into window alongside Jing, found a kill, quick dash out. Far too low to try to swing that corner. Ends up backing away. Monyet in the meantime will find John Cutie outside a garage. Second, finish the job. Reyna's gonna be gone.
Back out. Paranoia at the ready as well.
Blind spray through the smoke. Monyet taking quite a bit of damage now. Oh, yep, spotting each other. Smoke a little bit shallow. Paranoia sent. So shots continue to fly. They're just trying to dissuade him from pushing forward towards this cubby.
I mean, Monyet just has to try to chip them down or get one kill, and then it's up to Forsaken.
Surely oh my god, he does. Okay, now going to be stunned up. Saucy finds Forsaken. After shock through the wall, he's in such a rough spot. Tries to swing back in to go aggressive, but Saucy says no. Picks up a second kill. Something with 22 would have to be the ones have headshots coming in, but Saucy not going to give him the time of day. 3 kills found. They plant away from Divine.
Revealing area.
As the dart bounces it off the top. Quickly dealt with, quickly cleared. Nothing found. Cross angle being watched by Zekken over in garage.
Nigh impossible, but he's still trying to isolate all these fights.
Saw one in garage. The swing comes through on the opposite side, and Zekken will be able to finish him off. 3 for 3 in pistols across this series. Sentinels, they take one step towards running this one back.
Yeah, I think they somewhat suspected that Paper X would be pushing out of A main, as that's what they usually have always done with this composition back in the history books. It's just the timing was a bit fast, so they get caught off guard. But at the end of the day, this right here, Saucy and Zekken just being well aware that there could be a double peek off of Monyet trying to draw that aggro. That really opens up the site.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, well, the vibe's trying to be heightened there. TP across. And yeah, not even a chance in hell there with that Sheriff. Forsaken quickly dealt with, and that C site completely broken wide open. Jing and Monyet going to be somewhat nearby, but something who's got, you know, all the real firepower here for the team with that Marshall in hand. Still has to rotate across. Guardian shots from Zekken. Not going to get the connection he was looking for. Spot out some positioning here. Dart just going to be tickling Saucy a bit. Doesn't get too much damage through.
Gotta hope these Marshall hit. Everyone else has to draw aggro for him.
Shot not being found quite just yet, but with the dart alongside the Spectre Spray, Divine Monyet, go into the meat grinder. You get absolutely minced. Now it's just Jing and something left standing to see if they can do anything at all, or even try to sacrifice over towards the spike. Swing onto the corner. The Marshall, even with all of its accuracy, is just not lined up. Jing can't get the headshot. Saucy quick with the ghost, comes up with another kill. Sentinels in flawless fashion bring us now within 2 rounds.
So with everything being held over, the Marshal even being picked up, as one member of Sentinels did not buy that last round. They even get a little bit of a small upgrade for themselves.
But he's here. Stunning. Heavy garage. Nice, boys. Let's go.
Great readjustment.
Yeah, and you have to imagine now with the buy coming out, probably going to suspect another push out from Paper X, at least on A, right? Just try to get some A lobby control. So it looks like they're waiting for that battle here.
Check over towards Sewer. Some damage. And gets himself over to the brick stack. And even taking damage. Still comes up with a kill. Something dead nice and early. Major pickup here for the side of Sentinels is Forsaken lurking forward. The pushing in towards him. He's only going to be good for one.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
No, actually, no damage even going to be found there onto Celsius. Full HP for him as Montiet on that jiggle peak. Going to be chipped away at down to 78. Paranoia sent out, flash into the back site. TPs over here on top of Plat. Now going to be relocating once again after taking down second. Fantastic movement here. Tens as well in a forward position. Dart goes into the garage window area. Does not scout this spot. Device still wary of it though. Watches and Tens backs away.
Oh, Tens really smart here. He could have tried to greed for the kill, but he says, okay, well, if they're already rotating back through spawn, surely that leaves A site quite open. Makes the call for everyone to rotate over. Just gonna cover Heaven just as an insurance plan, and now Tens in prime position.
This could get ugly.
30 seconds left.
28 remaining as the spike gets planted. A site known now by Paper Rex, but Tens on this lurk. Should have heard that jump. Now knife out. Devi again drawing the weapon. Does he read this close corner? Oh, he doesn't actually initially, but he reacts to the whipped shot from Tens off the bat. Now trying to hold down Sewers. John Cuny will just hold down M1. Picks up 2 kills, and Devi is the last man standing. Gets the read on his position, knowing that he's on the cam, but the damage is not going to be that strong. As he tries to rush, swing around the front of the site, Celsius is ready for him, and Sentinels will close out, converting the bonus here. And now are just 1 round separated.
Hunter's Fury online as well, so Sentinels, they should have the momentum. This was a great play, a nice adjustment and variation on that Cyber Cage. That's also one of the strong suits of Cypher. When you're playing that attack, you can use your own Cyber Cage instead of smoke just to fake out how you put pressure on A main. Shadow steps through it, creates an off angle that no one expected. So it's the small little mini games coming out from Sentinels that continue to put them in the lead, and I think Sentinels has a good read on the cracks that are showing of this composition's defense coming out from Paper Rex, and that calls for a timeout from Coach Alex.
The desk suffering some damage alongside the scoreline as that lead has very much dwindled away. Must be cold in the coaching booth.
Oh yeah.
Rocking a nice knit sweater on top of his jersey.
Yeah, but Kaplan's wearing a short sleeve uniform. What's going on here?
I mean, Alex also he's dyed the hair. He's got the black hair going on as well. He's kind of going into his My Chemical Romance arc right now.
Going through a phase here for Coach Alex. Curious to see what he tells him, because in my head, I don't know what else you do, right?
It's not a phase.
It's
not a phase, Ching's mom.
Yeah, as he stomps on the desk. Oh, man.
Well, things certainly heating up to come out of the timeout. See what they piece together. I mean, 2 Sheriffs, 2 Stingers here.
You have to save up to the op at some point. That's the only thing that can help cover some of the weaknesses, in my opinion.
Forsaken. Getting himself tucked away. Oh, he jumped.
I mean,
Jason, he jumped. I don't think the dart. Oh, okay, yeah, the drone saw him. He's screwed. He's absolutely dead. The jump out. Tens will take him down. Something in the meantime through all of the counter spray. Gets whittled away down to 23 HP. Monet's at 66. And it was all going well until a little hop came through.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a fairly telling smoke. I mean, sure, you can try to still catch just one, but, then the drone comes out, the hop comes out. Everything goes all the wrong ways here. Sentinels, I think, happy to just sit here and put pressure on Paper Rex just so they have to dissipate a bit, right? I mean, they're the ones that are starved for information right now. They haven't pushed all the way out of A main. That camera and tripwire is still available.
Smoke again up Monette, trying to play elusively here. The Paranoia goes across, buys them some space. Counter spam coming through. Sentinel still with just enough time to be able to rotate back across the map. Looks like that's going to be the call. Saucy, Atmosphere
30 seconds
could
left.
use that if they want to play for just a full disconnect post plant. Given the man advantage in the weaponry, maybe it shouldn't need it.
Yeah, but Jing's here as well. The Lear coming out. That buys a lot of time.
Now it's all in Divine.
They have no idea.
Patiently. Oh my god! None of them check for him.
Wait
He
for
needs
the
to nail the shots.
Wait for the plant.
Finds one, finds two. Can he get the third? The answer is going to be no. The Divine has given them a fighting chance, but something. He's the only one left standing and just has a classic in hand. Needs to get the kill. Does so. Saucy, however, full HP just about. The Hunter's Fury in hand. A shock dart would finish him off. Does he send it? No, he doesn't need to. He gets the shots, but my god. Divine. One more kill and this round is over.
You could just see the gears turning in Devi's head, trying to figure out the ideal scenario in his side.
Which one?
Yeah, I have to get at least a spike plant, and then he says, oh, well, if Zekin's standing still as well, might as well go for 2. Almost gets 3.
That one? No, yeah, that one. If he got that, would have been one of the most unbelievable clutch plays that we would have witnessed. He makes it so damn close, but Sentinels, with Saucy standing tall, they scrape by with the win, and now they tie us up at 8-8. We're talking about the operator. Looks like something has been spotted. Did they note the gun in his hand is the question. They should have a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, with the position he had at the very least.
Oh, Jing dropping down out of window, still somehow able to stabilize and finds 10s. Take much damage for trouble either. Second into the entry, up on top of B. Clears the space. They know that the site is open. Jing still holding forward, waiting to see if somebody's going to come pushing forward. Lear onto the corner. Second is so damn close. He can see perfectly fine. Takes down Jing. Now we're equalized 4-4. Spike being planted over on this A-Link side, but Monyet arriving. Would be main. Pushing forward, finds the kill. Sends out the smoke. Second just around the corner in front of him, but something catches him from behind with the operator. Monyet arrives, swings in to find John Cutie. Suddenly it's all on Saucy. He's not going to be able to find the kill. Takes the buy low, can't pick it up. Paper X will once again separate themselves here from Sentinels.
Really good angles held by Paper X, and I want to give props to Forsaken for just staying alive on A-Link. That allows them to refresh the smoke there. They can't push back out because Sentinels, they had to push out somewhere. So once they couldn't push out to Link, they try to push out back through mid. And then you still got something with the operator covering that from C-Link. So just that triple pinch here from Paper X working out perfectly.
Very nicely done. Only losing out on one player here for the side of Paper X, but things still close. Cash still available here for the side of Sentinels. At least another round. Looks like maybe some forward aggression coming through as Jing. Empress at the ready, not going to be popping it quite just yet. Some spam off the side. Does he see him? No, it looks like...
Oh no, missed him.
Stecken spotted him, but Jing had no idea. Monyet, however, is there for the counter swing. A 1-for-1 exchange. Not allow for Sentinels to get anything for free. Cam check over at A-Long, nothing going to be spotted, and so far it's just Device situated here on this site, but Forsaken's not far off.
Yeah, and that Killjoy util is still going to be able to buy enough time as well, and if there's ever a lopsided one-to-one trade in Agents, it's going to be that Reyna for Jet. The Sentinel's much weaker on the attack now. Once that drone goes off, I mean, you've still got the Silva watching main. Nanoswarm just to buy time.
Scanning ahead.
With this Nanoswarm going off, I don't know. Oh, Tens was above, okay.
Yep, Tens got up onto the box again. Read this one, Forsaken ends up getting taken down. Swing out of the smoke, Paranoia greeting him. Monyet trying to pull back away, but it's far too late.
Spike planted.
Saucy will take him down. It seems like we are going to be poised to be tied up once again. Something with this operator. I mean, Divine needs to find 2 kills for you to realistically want to commit onto this retake.
They want them to peek out so bad, and Sentinels just won't do it.
Tens onto the corner, will get the timing there on the Divide. It's not watching for it, and something just has to try to silently drift away. Operator, at least for the time being, will be held on to, but Sentinels will fire right back, not allowing for Paper X to separate themselves any further.
See if that hunt comes out. I mean, Cred's not looking perfect here for Sentinels, so they're a little wary. Tens just trying to find the obvious spots.
Looks like Widely is going to be just fine. So Operator will be retained here from Paper X, but Sentinels just continue to go toe-to-toe against them. Look back at him in second. Yeah, just spotting him there. That quick peek around the corner. Tense as well. Like, oh, hey, look at this.
Yeah, I mean, the Nanoswarm fake, decent attempt here for Forsaken, but... Yeah, I was going to say, I heard Zelsa shout that, and I looked at the minimap, I'm like, nothing's happening here.
Yeah, I was like, oh, are they actually going to kill? Like, did they find something? And I just have a delayed feed? Like, what is going on? But no, Zelsa's just popping off. It's my job, Zelsa's. Come on.
Stealing everybody's jobs here.
Good Jing pushes forward. He gets around the recon. Isn't scouted, but second, he's all the way through the link. In the smoke, though, contained. Pushes out. Still gets one yet in the head. Push forward. Jing now taken down. Second, finding 2 kills. Forsaken stunned up here on the site, all on his lonesome. Here's the updraft. Gets the catch on a 1. Backs away. Is wary about the swing around. Runs out of bullets, though, I believe. And Celsius claims the kill. Let's get knocked down. Low on HP. The spot there for a brief little moment on Sasi, but he gets away from the op shot. Second, stuck into the corner. 1 shock dart remaining, but it's not enough to get that kill. Swing, the timing, just a bit off something. Not able to have the reaction time to be able to pick him off. In the meantime, you see Tens getting himself into position, pushing up just alongside the smoking garage, but maybe it's unnecessary because Sasi catches him around the back. Something will find his cohort Jet, but then Tens will finish the job. Sentinels now in the lead, 10-9.
Second, getting that highlight that he so wanted here on Haven. Absolutely breaks apart PaperX's formation here on defense. They just didn't know what to do. I mean, it's the classic B to C maneuver here. Plant the Jet in, pinch in from Garage, but they didn't even really need much of that support. Second just gets the kills with the Blade Storm. Saucy, good heads up play here after he hears the gun swap as well. Knows he has an opportunity where they're not going to peek him out. Gets the wraparound.
The final timeout now called here from PaperX. Just 4 rounds separated from the previous one. Things not looking up for them. Only been able to pick up a singular round. So everything now being laid out on the table by Coach Alex to try to turn this and close out the map with a win.
Yeah, we'll see what the adjustment is here. I mean, the most success they've had is when they were able to push out, get that early pick, and then reset, force Sentinels to slow things down. And oftentimes, it's that pick onto Zekin that really slows down Sentinels. But at the very least, you gotta find a way to draw out these crucial set play util, right? The fault lines, the flashes, the recon darts. See what the idea is here from PaperX. I gotta imagine maybe another push out from B. No, it's gonna be just a stack on A to push out. Go for the buys. Rely on the Blade Storm here for something. It's honestly, mentally this could work out because they do have the lockdown, so A is what you would normally think that they would go for the retake.
Lockdown's available, but so too is the Hunter's Fury here from Sasi. Multitude of ults to work with here. TP out, Tens just going out to safety, but the paranoia timing. It's caught by that one, and Jing gets taken down. Major punish here from Sentinels, just dissuading this early aggression from PaperX, just trying to catch them off guard. Guardian in hand, Forsaken, full flash, puts some damage down onto Zekin. Pulls away, avoids that aftershock, but now everybody is pushing over in towards C, which for the time being is completely unoccupied. Swing in, Forsaken, taking some pot shots, fishing for a tag. Nothing found quite just yet. Plant coming down. Gets the headshot, John Cutie eliminated. Zekin once again getting tucked away in front of Plat. Zekin rushing forward, tries to go for Zelsis. Getting split between the 2 players, ends up coming up with nothing. Fault line now getting sent down, Zekin taking down something. Devi finds the enemy breach. Still 3 players to go through, however. Devi swings around the box, finds one with Tens, arrives just in time. Catches him off guard, now Monyet.
Nowhere to run!
The latest W Gaming initiate to try to clutch this one out. Time ticking away, the Hunter's Fury, buying some time. He knows that he can eat at least the 1 charge, gets it up to half, but with a shorty in hand, Tens will put him down, and Sentinels move up 11-9.
The Shadow Step usage from Tens over on A lobby just to cause all that chaos. Looks good, and a bit of a timing miss here from Monyet's paranoia, I believe. I think that's the one that caught him off, yeah. Unfortunate for something. He really wanted to chase, but looks like the comms just weren't there for PaperX.
No, I want to play first. You play next.
Tens just calling for the fight, wants to take the initiative. Knows he has the free kills.
Tyson, you gotta pay my medical.
quite hear the back end of that one, but I still also work with. Now that Hunter's Fury is out of the way, so the lockdown can get some more value, but kind of things start like that. Whoa. And again, Monyet up on top of B site, managing to find 2.
You don't need to greed the site. You've got that lockdown, like you mentioned, Achilles. They don't have the Hunter's Fury on the other side.
Oh, but Divide playing forward, caught out. Paranoia does get the catch, but not much being found other than some damage on the 10s. Will get whittled away at. John Cutie now just going to be investing in that near old depth. TP from 10s, works his way over towards C. Identifying that he is perfectly safe in this position. Did see and note that there's going to be one forward at B, but Forsaken, he gets in front of it. TP out, he's trying to run away, but 10s does get caught. Lockdown now going to be invested to try to clear things out. Forsaken, a follow-up headshot. John Cutie dead, but Saucy snappy with it. Takes him down. The spike is not planted. It's still held in hand, but look at Monyet. He can hear this movement. Know exactly where Saucy's going to be going. He can relay that, but yeah, there it is. The rotate back across from Jing.
Yeah, but these are just 1v1s.
If Saucy gets this, it's fully isolated. Pushes out. He will be good for the headshot. Saucy wins that. Who knows what happens? Paper X, they don't give him the opportunity. One more round to tie us up yet again as Paper X try to claw back.
Oh, just firing range here for Monyet with the Guardian. Love the chase down for Forsaken as well.
A little bit worried for him at first, but he manages to get there. Great follow-up on to John Cutie. But this is still on a knife's edge.
All right, looks like 10's going to try to cause some chaos again. Get some A main control.
Something going on a walkabout out into mid again. Covering fire here from Monyet as well as Jing. John Cutie.
Wow.
Watching.
I must wait a moment.
He'll just have his cam cleared. Something's going to get himself right up alongside window.
Take flight.
Saucy will check over here towards A long, but nothing going to be spotted. It's a very deep pullback here from Divine.
Yeah, I don't know if Jing's going to get here on time. So Paper X, they have to decide if they're just going to go for the retake or not. Divine has to be ready with an exit. You have to remember there's that fault line potential.
Well, that tells them everything. The fault line does go through. Under stun up there, but Wiley Divine able to exit, but this still it's going to have to be a full-blown fight on the retake. Having used the lockdown in the previous round, it's going to be very difficult for Paper X to try to break back through. Something around the backside, they have to clear a trap wire, so they know that there's at least some presence on that flank. Something pushing in, gets that headshot. What in the hell was that? Jing in the meantime, off screen, comes up with one of the 10s. Now John Cutie gonna be get down, but second, still looks to anchor things. But yet pushing forward, finds one, gets some damage across here onto the enemy jet, and he'll be able to finish the job. The Paper X with the defuse will now tie us up yet again, 11-11.
The paranoia was perfect from Monyet. You could see the comms were just turning back and forth for Paper X as Monyet trying to decide, do I go for maximum damage on the site? Do I try to help out in sewers? And they call for help because the Cyber Cage comes out. John Cutie couldn't see a thing, and something just jumps forward alongside Forsaken. I was wondering if something was actually going to try to updraft around the trap wire, but
God.
Oh wow, that's just a quick one. Yeah, the paranoia just keeps him trapped in.
Jump peek a Cypher Cage. And, normally that would be Panic City, but he's like, oh, well, he's paranoid, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
What a wild round to tie us up yet again. I mean, you know, suspected that this one was going to go to distance all the way to 3. We've got there. Woo. Why not OT?
Looking likely. It's looking likely. They're adjusting a lot back and forth. Kaplan a bit more heated than the past timeouts. Didn't like what he saw in the past couple rounds, it seems. I mean, a big part of it, I think, is Sentinels. They started to rely maybe a bit too heavily on the fact that you push one side and then you realize that Paper X has to overreact. You try to overreact yourself, rotate immediately to the other side, but Paper X is quick on the feet as well. Perhaps a bit of a deeper mid lurk or something like that could help out Sentinels on those choices. You know, they've had a couple rounds where they actually pressure them and then run down the clock too much, right? Where they have to just all in without information on the other side of the map. So
sure,
would love to see a bit more proactive lurk control if that's the style they're going to stick with.
They can pick up this next one. It'll be match point locked in for either team. Operator back into the hands of something. Looks like Zekin just going to be relying on the knives coming into this one. They know they need to have potentially some reserve cash for that next round should they lose here. Even if they win it, then it's a bloody one. TP port. Oh my God! Second instantly finds him on yet and 10s. The aggressive TP up catches Jing over in sewer. What a start from Sentinels, but now the push forward for Forsaken catches two of his own. The turn back around second, however, finds himself another elimination as the Vi falls. Tens gets rid of an opposing Killjoy.
Oh, you have to save this something. I mean, you don't have an answer.
Surely.
Yeah, in the next round, your teammates are all going to need buys. You have to save this. I mean, this was Sentinel just reading it through and through right after the timeout.
Just absolute fantastic decision making. Whether it was Kaplan, whether it was John Cutie, I do not know, but whoever made the call for just the double aggressiveness coming through, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the fact that they sent Zekin on his own right through mid just to get that early pick, that's what really impresses me. And he hits it as well, very crucial. But even if he hadn't, right, they would have gotten the information that Monette came in through window. They would have been able to back off, pinch on him, so the read was there no matter what.
Oh, hot damn. Sentinels now with that explosive round. They will take themselves up to match point. One more to go to kick off the AVL with a win and keep themselves in the upper bracket of Group A. Let's see what can Paper X get together for themselves. A Bulldog in the hands of Monette. The Vi will be able to afford a rifle with that half armor purchase. Util will be full across the board, but crucially, Zelsis acquired a map from him overall, sure, but he's got a Rolling Thunder going into what could very well be the closing round of this series.
As long as he uses it, it should come out to great effect. Now the question is do you use it on the entry or do you save it for the retake to really secure the map?
To turn the flash. Cover up there on the Cloudburst. Something waiting to see if the push forward comes in. Tens tucked in towards the cubby. Dash going to be popped. Nothing spotted. Tens playing this one out patiently, and something knows that he's got to drift back over towards the side here of Long to not get caught.
I mean, something has to consider so many angles here just to that shadow step. Another cyber cage.
It gets popped. He's playing on such a slim little line here. Tries to go for the shot, but Sasi just a bit faster. Shuts him down. Now the Rolling Thunder opening up the fight. Gets in front of it, but he's only going to be good for one. Sasi finds a second elimination. The Paranoia slowing them up for a brief little moment here. Bounce on the Nanoswarm into the corner, but Sasi finds a third. Forsaken take it down. Tens finds one yet. Jing, however, comes up with three. Finds himself in a 1v1. Jing gets the 4K clutch, and we are going to overtime.
Switching sides.
He is back in the flesh. Wow, the 4K on the Reyna tops the board with 22 kills for his team. And now we go to OT.
Absolutely unreal. Sasi doing so much work.
No.
The triple from him to open things up. But Jing just arrives and says, nah. Nah, I'm not done yet.
Oh, man. Just one by one.
Absolutely unreal scenes from Jing. Welcome back, indeed.
He's got that little smirk going on. Brings us to overtime, brings us a banger of a match here to kick things off on the AVL.
I'll admit, I was a little concerned after the first two maps were 13-7. I thought, okay, Paper X, they're back in, Jing's in form.
Yep.
We're gonna go to Haven. Yeah, maybe they just slaughter him. They change things up, they make it more interesting. Mind Freak's out for the first time in forever. We get to see Monette on this roster alongside Jing. And now we get to overtime. This is everything we could have hoped for. So for all of you who made the decision to stay up late or wake up early to watch this, you are so damn welcome, because this is the series that you deserve.
Absolutely, you are the true winners. To be able to watch Sentinels versus Paper X at the end of 2023 here, going to overtime with these changes that we've had on both rosters all through and through, but also just all players playing at the top of their game, right? I mean, no one really slacking off one way or another. Sure, one might be quiet from one map to the next, but that's all in relativity. Everyone's still holding their own weight. Now Paper X going to be back on the attack, which is where they found most of their success, had that 8-4 half.
In we go. No, not going to be seeing any operators here. No glass cannon from Zekin. Has been having a hell of a performance here on that jet. Really down to having knives in hand. Dart up over the top, dealt with. Zekin continuing forward, but A smoke not going to give him any line of sight, so can just get himself tucked away into that A-long cubby. Drone from Divide, however, could flush him out.
Yeah, you got to re-clear this, right? This was one of the rounds he lost early last time. Oh,
Doesn't check.
They get drawn out by the saucy spam.
Ooh. And that could be very costly, but for the time being, it looks like Paper Rex widely going to be straying away from the A site. Now, might be okay. Tense, spotted, noted here. Flash comes across, push up Jing, knowing where 2 players are, but just can't quite get on top of either of them. Lear goes through, Ten's now going to be finished off as Divide finds that kill. One spotted, Forsaken with a lurk forward, onto the B site, guns down 2. Delsis and Saucy both going to be gone. Cam out from John Cuny, toggles over, gets that little reveal, but a spray through the box, Jing mows him down, and suddenly it's all on second. Swings out, finds one, can't get the second, and Paper X will now take this to match point.
Very clean first round of overtime coming out from Paper X. And I love just the double pressure, right? You go into garage. I mean, just because of the chaos, both sides using so much utility, but amidst that chaos, Forsaken's able to creep through mid all the way into B. That gives him, again,
time
that
and
deep
time
lurk.
again.
Yeah.
These lurks that he's getting through. Absolutely just so huge here from Forsaken. Consistently getting themselves into these positions.
Yeah, the awareness just to keep a heads up, listens for the audio to turn around. Now, something does he go for the op here? Because having that op makes things a lot easier in terms of positioning for their composition. But of course, that does mean he would have to go glass cannon.
Yeah. Do they want to take that risk?
I don't know. Everyone's crisp right now on Sentinels. I feel like that's a huge risk to take.
Well, one timeout for the overtime. Burned here by Sentinels. Everything resting on this.
Now, the last time they used it, they read the fact that Paper X would want to push back out off of the timeout, trying to catch them off guard. Second got a clean first kill in mid.
Yes.
Opened up the round.
But out of the, well, this is now 6 timeouts, but out of the 5 that they had used prior, they've only been able to convert a round win after 1 of those timeouts.
Okay, yeah, that's a good stat to keep in mind.
A lot of those are going to be, a timeout before you go into an eco, but we're here in OT. There's no more ecos. There's nothing but full commitment. And Sentinels need that going into this round here.
Oh, so instead of just sending Jing, we fixed our problem. We have to push out faster.
Something. Rushing forward, Moniette up on top, covering fire. Flash just go through. Quick turn from that one. No one within the window, and everybody getting ready, just full steam ahead, push up through C site. Forsaken nearby, pushes up, gets himself through the smoke. Another one greets him. There's the entry, Second gets himself on top of the box here at site. Forsaken opens up, Tense, taking down John Cuty, quick to reply, a 1-for-1 thus far. Second still playing forward. Jing spotting him for a moment, the jump shot, Second takes him down. John Cuty gets another. It's just defying something now in a 2v4. The reveal onto one. Line of sight.
Planted.
Not found. Push up. Saucy gets the headshot. And now it's on the Sultan, but there's a high-low with Saucy on the side, and he cannot get that transfer. 13-13, we keep going.
How is that even fair, man? Second with the jump shot with the Vandal. Gets the kill. I mean, I thought Paper X had a really fast reaction. They were able to flood back site. Forsaken was staying alive, still got 1 kill. Try to open things up, slow things down. You had the Reyna and the Omen in back site, and Second just says, doesn't matter, I'll just jump over the box.
It's a decent catch, but I mean, Forsaken just trying to swing back out. John Cuty reading it perfectly. Fast reacted. Oh my God. What in the hell?
There.
Gorgeous scenes, but either way, we are far from done, it would seem. Second again, pushing forward. Does he just open up? Yes, he does! Finds 2 before getting taken down. No additional damage on that spray through, but still, already so much value found.
Yeah, I mean, Paper X not spotting him in that previous one. They're not able to check for that.
I mean, your smoke's gone.
You have to just creep in. You have to walk it in. All right, they'll at least use the Lear for that first bit of a duel.
Oh.
That
from Saucy.
Spike planted.
A little bit found onto Devi and something. Takes just as much in response. But they have the site. There's no deep flank coming through. No one rotating around through long or sewer. So we know that. Something trying to take a forward position. Gets a spot on the one. Trying to exit. Pulls back. And luckily for him, no one goes on the pursuit. Thrown through. But now he's too far forward. something overcooking it would seem, certainly overstaying. The push out, 10 swings in to buy, taken down, and Jing cannot get it done. Sentinels will once again get match point in their pocket, 14-13. And now they go to the attacking side.
Yep. Seems they might have solved the problem here, getting that defense win in overtime. See if they can chain it in to a match victory. I mean, most people looking at the bracket for this tournament said, sure, Sentinels, they look good, they look better than they have before, but it's Paper X, right? But it's the runners-up, and then you have Monjet. At the very least, a lateral move, if not an upgrade, depending on meta. And then Sentinels just comes in swinging.
An enormous performance from them here. I mean, you can see Zelsis just the assist god at the moment. Doesn't need to find the immense impact that we were seeing from him. As long as he's enabling for Zekken to do what he's doing right now. Nearly dropping a 30 bomb, swing up from something, gets a bit of damage across, but cannot find the kills. Once again, punished.
Oh, and I love this. I love this hold from Sentinels.
Grind it to a halt.
I mean, again, you know what the pattern has been for Paper X. Now, again, some of the weakness that we've seen from Sentinels is they'll wait for this until like the 40-second, 30-second mark. Then they get slowed down by a nanoswarm. Then they have to run with no information. Monjet is still holding true on C-site.
Sakin's pushing into 10s. He's got a shorty around the corner. Are they actually just going to swing this one? Shots go one.
Oh,
he swings around, draws out the weapon, and 10s gets the headshot. 18 HP, sends out the paranoia. Forsaken again, going to be tagged by this one. And second arrives the savior to keep him alive. Divine before he dies, managing to find two, but now it's just Monjet rotating still back over to the A site in a 1v3. They know his position. They see where the paranoia comes from, and they can anticipate that it's going to be the approach here into heaven. Sasi will get the final shot, and 15-13. Sentinels will explode out onto the stage here in South Korea in our opening game of AVL with a win.
Oh, and the crowd goes wild. They've been waiting to watch Sentinels here live in Korea. And a lot of people looked at the groups and said, damn, it's going to be a shame because chances are we're not going to be able to see them all the way through. But guess what? Sentinels just extended their stay here for just a bit longer as they are the first team to go into that winner's bracket here of Group A.
Unreal match here between these two squads. It absolutely delivered across the board, all the way to game 3, all the way into a double overtime. But Sentinels here, they managed to get it done on foreign ground. They pick up their first international victory in so very long.
Yeah, just look at how happy they are, and you can often tell once a game finishes if a team is just happy to win or if they're happy because they feel like they won on their terms, right? If they feel like their plans worked out, and it seems like right now they are just happy to congratulate each other, really respecting the work that each of them did in their own position. Zekken dropping that 30 here going into overtime, carrying the team in terms of kills as that entry, but as you mentioned before, a lot of that is off the back of the assist from the likes of Zelsis.
Yeah, just great supportive setup here from everybody on the side of Sentinels. And Zekken just happy to take the reins, happy to take the lead. Sasi as well right alongside him. So many impact frags coming through from this guy. The ghost highlights right off the rip. Going into that second half was gorgeous to see. It's defying. I mean, that would have been a moment of the tournament potentially if he could have gotten the third kill. Still an incredible play from him. But so very close the whole way throughout. But Paper X, they show us 3 different iterations that are possible with this roster. And, it doesn't look bad, but it also doesn't get them the win here today. So I'm curious to see what happens when they come back up on stage in a couple of days in their lower bracket matchup, as well as curious to see who they're going to be playing against.
Yeah, I mean, I got to imagine they stop the experiments for just a bit, right, once you go into the lower bracket, because, again, all things point to the fact that Jing's not going to be able to play the matches next year in 2024. We're happy more than anyone to be able to watch him again, of course, with that fragging power. But this clearly isn't what their normal setup is going to be. And the crowd's going wild as we see some interviews getting set up. But you see it there on the scoreboard. Zekken just carrying his weight as that Jet. 10 first kills out of the 30. That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and dropping a 329. I mean, a very nice performance here from Forsaken. Great to see Jing on the Reyna of all things, having an immense amount of impact. But there's something a bit lacking here for Paper Rex with the composition brought forward. I mean, it feels like, you know, Sova for Divide, that's kind of legacy pick at this point. It's not something that we've seen too much of from him in the past. I think he's played like 20-something times overall in his career.
It's like if we really need it, we'll have Divide play it.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, something he had to do so much on his own as a Jet, again, without something like a Breach or a Sky to really help set him up. So, yeah, there are some questions to be had. Clearly, Haven still not quite resolved here for Paper Rex. That's something they'll have to work on moving on in the future.
It certainly will. I mean, you know, limited time to try to test things out, but this is, you know, kind of the biggest stage of the offseason for you to really put yourself on display and say, you know what, yeah, we're losing Jing, but we can still play, we can still win. And now they have to do it from the lower bracket. So we'll see how they fare in the future days. But our interview is ready, so we'll throw down to the stage. We got Jen standing by with none other than Tens.
시작하는 센티널의 텐즈 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. 오늘 개막전부터 정말 흥미진진하고 짜릿한 경기가 펼쳐졌습니다. 특히나 또 페이퍼렉스가 3세트 모두 각기 다른 멤버 구성을 가져오면서 예상했던 것보다 훨씬 더 혼란스러웠을 것 같은데요. 오늘 경기 어땠는지부터 물어보도록 할게요. Congratulations, Tans, and welcome to Korea. I mean, I know you expected today to be a little bit chaotic, but with PaperX pulling out 3 different lineups across 3 maps, how much did that add to the chaos?
Yeah, it was definitely really funny because we kept seeing them swap 3 players. Yeah, they were really chaotic, very fun to play against. That Sunset comp was really cool too. They destroyed us with it, but yeah, it was a fun game.
일단 페이퍼렉스가 이제 3세트에 정말 다른 선수들을 계속해서 교체하면서 다른 멤버를 가져갔고 상당히 혼란스러웠는데요. 특히나 뭐 2세트 페이퍼렉스의 조합도 굉장히 흥미진진했고 그리고 2세트에는 저희를 완전 깔아뭉갰지만 정말 재밌는 그런 승리였다고 얘기를 했습니다. 자, 그렇다면 헤이븐에서의 승리 좀 예상할 수 있었는지 직감이 됐는지도 물어보도록 할게요. I want to talk about Haven a little bit. It went OT and it was very chaotic as you said, but were you confident that you can get the win?
We were pretty confident, and then Jing kind of 1v4'd us, and we're like, oh. So it was kind of faltering near the end, but we brought it back.
저희가 상당히 좀 자신감이 넘쳤는데 마지막에 좀 징 선수가 그 4킬을 해내면서 연장전으로 끌고 가서 저희 반응이 다 엥? 약간 이런 반응이었거든요. 그렇지만 또 이겨냈고 승리를 가져갈 수 있었고 상당히 재밌는 경기라고 얘기를 했습니다. 자, 그러면 텐즈 선수 개인적으로 그동안 올 시즌 BCT 아메리카에서는 KO와 Z를 왔다 갔다 하는 모습이었는데 오늘은 KO와 오맨을 가져갔습니다. 이게 앞으로 센티널스의 방향에 대해서 조금 힌트를 주는 건지 물어보도록 할게요. Now in VCT Americas this year, you swap between KO and Jet, but today it was a little bit different. It was KO and the Omen. So talk to me about the Omen pick, how much you enjoy it, and also is this some kind of a spoiler, you know, a little bit into the next season?
Yeah, for sure. Omen's pretty fun. It's kind of like Jet but controller because it's very, you can make a lot of plays and the character is really good. And maybe, we'll see. We're still experimenting for sure.
일단 오맨이 상당히 재미있고 하기도 즐거운 좀 요원이라고 얘기를 합니다. 사실 전략가 중에는 좀 Z 스타일로 상당히 많은 플레이를 만들어낼 수 있는 요원인데 아직까지는 좀 이것저것 실험해보고 있는 상황이기 때문에 다음 시즌에 또 어떤 요원을 꺼낼지는 다음 시즌에 끝까지 지켜보시면 좋을 것 같다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그리고 텐즈 선수 평소에 한국에 한번 와보고 싶었고 또 한국을 방문하는 게 버킷리스트 중 하나였다고 얘기를 했는데 한국에서 가장 하고 싶은 게 있다면 무엇일까요? Now, Tens, I know in the previous interview you said, you know, visiting Korea is on your bucket list, definitely. What is one thing that you're looking forward to the most to do in Korea?
Food.
What kind of food?
Any food. Korean food. I love food.
네, 음식을 좀 많이 먹고 싶다고 합니다. 그냥 한국 음식이라면 이것저것 다 먹어보고 싶어서 좀 먹방을 제대로 찍고 가고 싶다고 얘기를 하는데요. 오늘 현장에도 또 많은 분들이 텐즈 선수를 보기 위해서 찾아주셨는데 팬분들께 한마디 부탁드리도록 할게요. I know a lot of fans here were rooting for you and they're so super excited to see you. So any message over to them?
Yeah, thank you to all the fans for supporting me and my team. Hope you had fun watching the match. It was very fun to play.
Any Korean word you want to say? Okay, all right. 일단 항상 저희 팀과 저를 응원해주셔서 감사하고요. 오늘 경기 재밌게 보셨으면 좋겠고 계속해서 많은 응원 부탁드린다고 얘기했습니다. Congratulations once again and have fun. You also have that fan meeting coming up, right? Alright, super excited. 자, 이렇게 해서 텐즈 선수와의 인터뷰 함께 나눠봤고요. 쉬는 시간 동안 센티널 선수들이 1층 로비에서 팬미팅을 준비하고 있다고 하니까요. 오셔서 승리의 기쁨 함께 나누시고 또 선수들에게 많은 응원 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다. 저희는 잠시 쉬었다가 풀센스와 DRX의 경기로 돌아오도록 할게요. Now another exciting news for you all. We have the Sentinels fan meeting downstairs in the lobby. People here are already leaving their seats to go line up. But if you're here and you're rooting for Sentinels, please show up and don't miss out. We also are going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, it's going to be Full Sense taking on DRX.